I just really like the other uh, character sheet, so I'm moving all of the information to the one that I'm
Okay,
more
I get you.
familiar
Yeah,
with.
okay. It looks like we're live now. 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 5 seconds, or whatever. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we are live now on YouTube. Hi, Erica. We should be live now.
Also, my banana bread is amazing. It smells so good in here.
Okay,
Y'all can pack it back.
so
Yes, we are.
all right, so let's see if anyone has leveled up. I know Malachi might. So let me open up.
I think
Wait,
mine was the 2000s, if I remember correctly, so I have another
player's
1,000
handbook.
something.
Okay, so let me first start with Malachi. What is his current grand total for experience points?
2693.
2693. That says that 26. Oh my God, that means he's like 90. He's like 60 short. 50,
Oh.
57 short. Okay, so that's a no-go on Malachi. Hang on, what's going on? There we go. Okay, so what about Libra? What's your grand total?
1050.
1050. Okay, I know that's a no-go. How about for Rin or for Licia?
I'm only at 815.
Okay. And Muriel, I know you're going to come up short here
700
too.
and
Okay, and how about for Rayla?
I am currently going through all my points. Just give me 1 second. Talk about something else real quick, so I'm not feeling no pressure.
All of the pressure.
There was
Please
one-
stop. I'm so sad
the
now.
man from Nantucket.
No pressure. All the vibes.
All right, so for anyone who might be watching, we are in session number 22-ish because we debate on what session we're on, plus or minus one, and we missed out on the first like 17 sessions because we just had not decided yet to do YouTube, but we are now. So we are playing first edition Dungeons and Dragons Keep on the Borderlands. And as you see, we have a group of all women players by choice, by selection, who are doing a excellent job in their social role play at the Keep, getting into some shenanigans, breaking into places they shouldn't break into, trying to pick pockets that they shouldn't try to pick, or at least they got caught, and flirting very strongly with other characters to reap some benefits for the party, some financial benefits. But the Keep on the Borderlands is essentially a dungeon crawl campaign or adventure, a module where the party is to form and set their way off to the Caves of Chaos and essentially slaughter all the evil. It's a classic dungeon crawl, pick up treasure along your way, and rid the region of the evil to protect the keep. So while Rayla calculates her experience points, Ms.
I
Libra,
got them.
despite your absence, could you tell us who you play?
Did you say my name? Sorry.
Yeah.
I am
Yes.
Libra. I am a half-elf druid. I am kind of young and naive. I'm just starting out to be an adventurer. I decided that I didn't want to stay in my village anymore and tried to explore the world and tries to be as happy as I can and loves to skip.
Loves to skip. And Licia, who do you play? I know you describe Licia. You play Licia.
Yes, I play Licia, who is also a half-elf druid. She has had a bit of a sheltered upbringing, a little naive in her own way, more confused when it comes to the aspects of flirting or anything like that, what goes on around her. But her main goal is to try and find her missing mother or find clues about her missing mother.
Ms. Muriel?
Hello, I play Muriel. She is an overconfident, cocky, but young full elf. She's a magic user thief who is learning that she's got a lot to learn, actually, despite that the fact that she thinks quite a lot of herself. Yeah.
And you also have a second, an NPC PC kind of
Yes.
character. He actually was a PC, and the player has since dropped out, but we have retained the character. So tell us about that guy.
So Balfour is a thief, a full thief. He's also a full elf. He's a little bit older than Muriel is, so he's a little bit wiser and a little bit more experienced. But he's also a little bit how do we put it? I don't want to say that it, he's not he's a weenie. He's kind of a weenie, like he knows when things start looking dangerous that self-preservation is probably the best.
I think that's fair. So I think it's a fair way to describe that, self-preservation, and not necessarily for, what is for the greater good. It's looking out for himself, which is not necessarily uncharacteristic of a thief necessarily.
Nope. He makes sure he's safe to thieve another day.
And Ms. Rayla,
Yeah, I play Rayla. She is a half elf ranger cleric. Mostly she tends to get the group out of trouble with her awesome archery and sword fighting skills, and gets very annoyed at the younger ones and their shenanigans.
and then lastly, we have another character whose player has essentially dropped out, but that character is going to be played tonight by Licia. So Licia, tell us about that last character.
The last character is going to be Malachi. He is a human paladin, very lawful good, not too thrilled of some of the shenanigans that have been happening with our party, even though I still stand by that decision in particular. If you know, you know. And he is basically the goody two-shoes of the group, making sure that everyone stays aligned and doing what's right.
Aligned is a good way of putting it.
And then
I think he is our most lawful good character.
lastly, we have Pacifica. So,
Yes.
Muriel, tell us about Pacifica.
Pacifica is my slave. No, he's not my slave. Pacifica is my new friend. I've convinced Pacifica to give up ties currently temporarily with his adventuring party. He is dumb as a stump, but very enthusiastic about violence, which means he's a tool we can use.
And how that relationship come to be?
He was charmed. So I got to use my so OP and AD&D spell, the charmed spell, which means he's mine essentially forever. Since he's
Forever.
dumb as a stump. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes before I have to hit him. I know he's no longer mine if I have to hit him. So
So
He's making it difficult.
At least when I shot him in the back, he was still yours. So
You shot him in the butt, not the
once-
back, the butt.
I didn't get a chance to tell you guys about Friday night game before we got on before we started here on YouTube, and I'm not going to take our game time to do it, but let me just tell you that it's essentially a TPK that they had.
Oh yeah.
There were 6 characters, 4 are dead. 1 is charmed by the bad guys, and the other one said, "Holy shit, I'm getting the hell out of here," and dives off the boat into the darkness. And that's where we last
Roy.
finished.
I don't want to make a new character yet.
So come Friday, they're gonna be rolling up a new characters.
That's great.
I think my notes say I'm still at full health. Okay. Whew.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's talk
we
about
healed
that.
up and everything before we.
Yeah.
we
Let's
went
review
anywhere.
that. So I'm showing, and correct me if I'm wrong. Libra has an AC 7, max hit points 9 down to 5. Licia has an AC 7, hit points 9 down to 6 for Licia. Rayla has an AC of 4, hit points 13 down to 11.
Yep.
Muriel's AC 7, maxed out at 5. Malachi's AC 4, maxed out at 10. Balfear's an AC 8, maxed out at 6. And then you have Pacifica, for which is nearly full health, 95% or so. I mean, so he's essentially good to go with an AC of 7 since he only has, he only wearing leather armor. But he's a little dexterous. He's just not too smart.
He's so dexy.
But he has proved his worthiness with a two-handed sword and a bow.
Didn't he like miss most of his hits last session though?
He did actually. I think he
yeah.
did hit a lot, miss a lot.
I
In
think
his
there's
defense, it was
Yeah.
dark.
It was
yeah, and he
He's
is
human,
human.
right?
Yep, and he is human. He's a human fighter.
Like that's a valid excuse.
Well, if you can't see, it does make things more difficult to see what you're
Am I
doing.
missing any
Then
darts
just
since
better
I'm
eyesight.
lower hit points?
You were you were down 4 hit points, I think. Let me go back to my notes.
Well, she's
No, you're
asking
good.
about her darts. Yeah, she's down.
My dart.
She's
Oh,
down 4
No,
hit
you
points.
collected all the darts at the
Okay.
end.
Okay. I was like, I saw that I got hit, but I didn't know how many darts, so I just wanted to make sure mine was accurate.
Yeah, we collect all darts every time. If we can.
Yeah, lucky I can't collect my arrows. I have like none left.
All right, let's see if we can get a little
You should
audio
go into
going.
crafting and be able to craft your own.
Okay, if the background sound effect gets too much for you, don't forget you can right click on Kenku FM and adjust the volume. But we do have a background sound. So where we left off, you had made your way, looking at the map. Is it still there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking at the map, you had made your way into cave G. I'm going to zoom in here. Cave G, as in George. Okay, and area 32 and 33. Make that a little.
Malachi was pretty much guiding us through here based on detect evil, right?
Yeah, I think didn't you guys have some torches going here as well?
Yes, he has a
We had-
torch.
Okay.
We have a torch, and he's doing his vibe checks.
Yeah. So
So we knew not to go left because it's particularly offish that
yes,
way.
Yeah.
yes. And this cave that you entered, the cave entrance itself was very similar to the others that you've run into so far. But if you remember, most of the dungeon crawl that you've done so far here in the Caves of Chaos, the Valley of the Day Rain, has all been fairly well crafted, right? It's been honed out, it's been carved out, the passageways have been well worked and shaped, whether that be dirt or stone. It's been very man-made, so to speak. Whereas here, this is the first time you've truly had a cave or cavernous type experience as you make your way in here. It is very organic, very natural. There is no humanoid man workings of this cavern to give it its shape. It's very damp, as it has been from the time you made your way in. It's dirt all around, walls, ceilings, floors, and at various points, or it fluctuates throughout, but it is damp. It's wet everywhere. The walls are kind of has that light little sheen, if you will, that glimmer from the torch's light, because the walls are all wet, kind of giving that ever so light reflection back, just enough to indicate that it is wet. And when you first made your way in, kind of as soon as you made your way in, there were bones kind of scattered here and there. Leaves have kind of blown their way in, various stages of dampness and decay, and you just got hit with that stench of rot and decay. And Malachi, as the paladin, is able to detect evil and made that concentration and said, "Hey, man, there's definitely something here to the southwest." And you say, "All right, well, let's not go there yet. We're going to make a hard right and make our way up where we don't really sense that so much." So you did, and you kind of made your way to this dogwood left here, and came your way into this pool of kind of murky, questionable, clear water. It's relatively shallow, but taking up nearly the entire cavernous area here, and you saw in the pool some kind of white fish, small size, like 2, 3, 4 inches, nothing big or of concern. But you also saw a glimmering, something kind of shiny, if you will, a few feet in the water in this pool. And I'm not sure who it was, refresh my memory, but someone took a step into the pool.
Who do you think it was?
Balfour?
No.
It was Muriel?
No, I don't think. I thought it was.
Who was it?
It was
I thought it was
Ma-
Rayla, right?
no, it was not me. It was wasn't it Balfour? It was Balfour.
I'm pretty sure it was Balfour.
Oh, it was Balfour. It was Balfour. Okay, yeah, it was. It was Balfour. He saw something shiny.
Yes.
He saw
So
shiny.
Yes, and he did step a foot into there.
yeah,
My bad.
so
My bad. I
he
apologize.
stepped in the pool. I'm going to call it a pool.
Thank you, records keeper.
He stepped in the pool enough where the water kind of comes up, up over the toes of his boot, just barely to the second part of the boot where it would be stitched together, creating an ever so slight ripple in the water as he steps in, creating the waves, if you will. And you see the little white fish kind of swim away, scurry away, if you will. And
Sorry.
the shiny is within arm's reach in the water.
If he looks down, can he see? Is it like a slick stone, or are there any pebbles?
So your surface area here, I think this is what you're asking. No, it is dirt all around you. So you have a slight, I'll say, depression in this cavern where the water has kind of pooled.
So he's gonna look for like a pebble, a loose pebble or a stone. Some size of his fingernail is fine, just something loose. And he's gonna, if he can find one, he's just gonna give it a little toss, just a little boop to the center of the pool to see what happens.
And in doing so, you see the kind of ripple wave effect of the rings from the point of impact. The ever concentric widening circles make their way out, ripple out to the edges of the pool.
Well, it didn't react to an inanimate object. It didn't react to me. He'll take another step.
Taking another step in, getting a little bit about ankle height or ankle deep, maybe a smidge more. And he's just about touching this shiny object. As he's getting closer, he can see the form or shape that it is taking. And it looks to be some sort of glass or goblet of some kind.
Ooh. Yeah, he'll grab that. That's not risky at all. This isn't suspicious.
He reaches down into the water, piercing his hand through, breaking that tension, the film tension of the water, grabs that goblet and brings it up, holding it up and looking at it as the water drips down. And he sees that he has a nice jewel-crusted goblet of silver and gold, sapphires and rubies.
Oh.
Note taker, this is G33.
Can Malachi cast any good and evil sensing to see if it's cursed?
Malachi is not actually a spell. Has no spells, 0. But he can only detect evil of creatures, not objects.
Okay.
Balfour would smile at it. He does like things like this. And you don't see Balfour smile much. But it's kind of a private smile. He doesn't share it with you all. And then he puts it in his bag and says, we'll bring this back to the keep and find out some more about it.
Sounds good.
So
I advise not to drink from it.
So Balfour, as he makes a step or two in, sees that this little area kind of opens up here a little more to the kind of that southwest, past the perimeter, if you will, of this small pond.
Hey, it looks like the room opens up around here. He would carefully make his way that way.
Okay. And I have my notes for colors. Balfour is black. And he does not have torch, correct? Because he has infravision.
He's an elf. You can see.
Let's. I gotta make this a little bigger for my behalf. We are on a
Mine
10,
too. Don't
we are on
worry.
a 10-foot grid. I want to zoom in here a little bit. We're on a 10-foot grid. So each little hex, or not hex, but each little square here on the map is representative of 10 feet. Which means I need to make my dots smaller. Yeah, a little bigger than that. Alright, Balfour. We're going to make him black. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so there's Balfour. So with that said, typically next in line, I'm not saying directly behind him, in terms of your marching order, would be Libra, who we always make green for the druid. Alright, something like that. Next to her would be Pacifica, who we've said is orange. And then we have Malachi behind in blue. With
Such a paladin color.
Rayla by his side. Kinda, because of the contours here. And then further back we have Licia in yellow. And pink for Muriel. Something like that. That's the best I can do for a pink. A little crowded perhaps a little bit. And lastly, pulling up the rear normally would be Balfour in black, but we've actually kind of flipped that and put him up front. So as he takes a couple steps into the water, reaches down and grabs his goblet and is thrilled, his eyes open wide as he feels as though he definitely has something of significant value. Kind of puts that in his pack and takes a few more steps over here to that southwest nook, if you will, as it begins to open up a little more. And he can't see anything per se other than the kind of the shimmer, if you will, of the light from the torch that you guys have kind of shimmering all throughout. And it appears to be more wet, if you will, on the walls and the ceiling down over here than it has in the rest of the pool area. A stronger shimmer, if you will, of the light.
Does he see any openings or crevices that might suggest this goes on, if not in the obvious cave-like direction?
No, I would say no, not that he can see. I mean, if you want to take time to kind of search the walls here for like a secret door or a trap entrance or something.
He would shrug, turn back, and be like, I think it's a dead end.
Do you think there's a water source above us as to why the ceiling and the walls would be more wet and piling in this pool?
No.
So
It
I'm gonna
rains
have
a
to
lot
rotate it.
outside. I mean, it's been raining for always. It could be
True.
coming
That's
from
true.
there. They didn't really do anything with this cave, so I think a lot of it is making its way through the ground.
I'll go stand by Balfour. I want to see if there's anything over there.
Oh, he'll give you the space. His attention is now like, I got my gold thing. There's nothing over there. I'm moving.
Oh, sorry, I erased the wrong one. I erased Muriel, sorry.
It's okay.
When I should be erasing Libra, right? Green?
Yeah.
Libra, what race are you?
I am a half elf.
Half elf. Okay, so you too have a little bit of infravision going on.
Yes. And I'm kind of skipping along over there. And I'm like
In the water?
feeling the walls. And as I'm feeling the
Splash,
walls, I'm kind of
splash,
drawing
splash.
with my finger. Just little swirlies to see if I catch anything.
You do, actually. So as you're tracing your finger here along that western wall, kind of making your designs as you're skipping along, you feel a little squish at one point that doesn't feel like it's dirt or mud. And as you, I'll say poke, or as you draw your finger along that, a film of black kind of leans out towards you, like a sheet, if you will, leans out towards you and kind of coils back, like folds itself back. So kind of like, you know, folds itself back and kind of like a big sheet just kind of hovers over you.
You guys, I found a black piece of paper. It's on the wall.
Valfyr's just gonna shake his head and be like, "Cool, I guess."
Did I poke it some more?
And I,
Oh, go right ahead. Surely nothing could happen if you
And-
poked him.
and
What
as-
are you
and
poking up there?
as you poke this sheet of black film, it falls upon you and kind of encases you, encompasses you,
Not
wraps
good,
itself
not good.
around you, and you feel
Valfyr is going to panic.
a certain burn on your skin, and you hear the sizzle of refresh my memory, Libra. What kind of weaponry do you have? What kind of armor do you have?
I have leather,
And weapons?
a scimitar, and darts.
Okay. So you hear the sizzling of the, and you can see on your scimitar, you hear it sizzling, I don't see, but you hear the sizzling of your scimitar in your scabbard. It's sizzling.
I do what any old school person would do and stop, drop, and roll.
Valfyr is gonna try to get her into the water.
So
Yeah, please. do.
as you stop, drop, and roll, taking 4 points of damage,
I'm down to
and
one.
begin to roll yourself with the help of Valfyr into the pool of water. You are still enveloped in this black sheet of paper.
Help! I am down to 1.
Oh,
I can't die again.
I will definitely step forward and rush to try and help her untangle and see if he can untangle her from the sheet.
Real quick, since she's taking damage, do those health kits count or no?
If
As
you're
long as it's in the first minute,
if
right?
you're referring to the healing kit or the healer's non-weapon proficiency, that only applies to damage that was inflicted in the previous round. So if she sustains whatever we say 4 points of damage, 5 minutes later we try to address it, no good. It has to be immediate.
Okay, so I'll rush forward with one of my kits then.
Okay. And what color are you? Purple.
Purple, yeah.
Purple.
Purple.
Okay, we're gonna put you there, and we're gonna put Libra over here. And Licia, what were you saying?
Malachi would rush forward to help out, help her get unentangled from the sheet.
As a point of clarity, not so much entangled. It is just kind of covered her. It's not a solid sheet.
Okay.
Not a solid sheet. It appeared at that way. That's how I was describing it. But more just like a slime, if you will, a coating, a layer of algae that's black.
Sounds
Is-
wonderful.
Is being in the water rolling around helping at all?
It is not.
Ugh.
It is not. So, let me ask, Pacifica, he doesn't know what the hell to do, let's be honest.
No, and Muriel doesn't
let me
either.
ask Muriel and Libra. As
Not
you,
Libra,
as
I
you
would-
two
Bernie.
just hear the splash of Libra into the water and this kind of slashing or thrashing around, if you will.
I would probably move 10 feet forward so I can see, but not enough to risk myself getting my own black goo.
Licia would follow pretty much and try and ask, is everything okay?
No,
She's
no,
creepy.
no. Black sheep mean. Black sheep's mean. When
Black
putting
sheep
mud
bad.
on
Black sheep
myself.
bad.
Why
So,
would you touch something random?
so
I was
Libra, what would you
walking.
like to do?
Cover myself in mud.
Cover yourself in mud.
Like try to take it off. As I'm trying to take it off, I'm like throwing mud on there to see if maybe it will neutralize. It
Okay.
likes the wall.
So are you just barehanding this, trying to get it off? Or are you trying
Yeah,
to like
I'm
scrape it
yeah,
off with a
I'm already
rock? Or
burning.
what are you trying to do?
I'm already burning, so I'm just panicking and just trying to scrape it off as I'm throwing more mud on to see if that will help because it was on the wall.
Yeah. Okay.
And Malachi's helping her, right? You had said he was over there untangling her.
Yeah.
Well,
or at
again,
least-
it's not so much an entanglement. I mean, she can stand up and move around. It's just kind of
Oh,
like,
well,
but
he probably would be
think of it
scraped-
more like
sorry.
a coating, if you will, or a film.
okay.
Is the mud helping? Is me scraping off the mud helping?
Purple, Rayla, what are you doing as you made your way up to Libra? Are you trying to render some aid? Or are you
Yeah,
trying
but I'm also
first
I'm
aid, or are you
also-
trying to do something to rid her of this black slime?
I'm looking up guiding light. Maybe casting guiding light on her. Maybe the dark algae thing will be scared or something and get off of her. I don't know.
Or
Like
it
it.
just might take my 1% of health point. Is me
Here's the
scraping it off
optimism.
doing anything?
I'm not ignoring that. I'm trying to figure out what everyone else is doing before we adjudicate anything. So Muriel and Alicia, I essentially reposition themselves to kind of get a sense of what the hell's going on, as Libra is trying to roll herself around in the water, trying to cover herself up in mud. Balfour is trying to cover her in mud, if I understand correctly, and Rayla's trying to figure out what she's going to do. So no pressure on Rayla, but Rayla, what are you going to do?
It looks like it only illuminates the area.
Well, remember,
You know,
guiding light is an offensive spell. It's the cleric's version of a magic missile.
Yeah. I was just thinking maybe because it's darkness, maybe light will scare it away. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's the best thing.
Well, if Malachi's still holding the torch, he would have there would be light by her because he's
But guiding light is radiant. Torch is just fire.
true.
Yeah, torch is fire.
You know, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna cast guiding light on her.
Oh my god.
Um,
Chaos.
Okay. All right. And how much
Check my
damage does
pocket.
guiding light do?
Looking it up.
Wait, you're doing it on the person who has 1 hit point?
But it's covered by a black slime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
As
fair.
Libra
That's fair.
would be like, do it around me, not on me, no.
I'll aim it to like right at your feet if you can.
That's disgusting.
Would you have a better plan?
All right, how much damage does that do? Is it a D6 plus 1?
What?
I would be really sad if I found someone to cover Sundays just to die.
I mean, you could still play as another character.
Das is true.
Okay, how much damage for that? And Malachi,
Yeah, D6. Yeah, D6 plus 1. Yeah, sorry.
6 plus 1. Okay, so roll that damage, please.
It's gonna be hard to hit me because I'm like flailing around, throwing mud on myself.
So I'm being very specific. I am not aiming it directly at her. I'm aiming it right at her feet. But I don't know if that matters. But here,
Well, hang on.
here's what-
You're aiming for the slime, essentially, is the goal?
yeah, I'm
Okay.
aiming for the slime as best as I possibly can. And I'm gonna have my cure light wounds on ready, by the way, too. With the healing kit.
If he figures out what you're doing, Malachi will also be getting cure light wounds on the ready because.
All right, wish me luck. I rolled
Got
a
this,
5.
got this, got this.
A 5
Got a
plus
5.
1 is 6, and you unleash the guiding light, and that light just whisks forward and hits Libra in the chest, where she's greatly covered with this black slime, and it seems to cause nothing, having no effect on Libra or the slime.
Oh, at least no
What did
effect
you
on
use? Guiding bolt?
Yeah,
Guiding
guiding
light.
light.
And it's still currently burning me, right?
It seems to be. You still hear the sizzle, if you will, of the scimitar. That seems to be kind of dissipating a little bit. Your darts, the tips of your darts seem to be disintegrating away. On your.
I start
you have them
taking
on a
off
sash
all
or
of my
something, I
weapons.
believe.
You should. That's
Can
good.
I do the cure light wounds?
And
Please?
and Malachi. I believe Malachi has a bow. Malachi breaks out some arrows and is trying to scrape this stuff off you with arrows.
And my weapons are off. I have taken off my weapons.
As you stand up out of the water.
And
Can I
if
do
it's,
the cure light wounds?
What color are you?
Purple.
Okay, yep. So you can reach out there and touch her, and that's going to be a D8 of healing.
That's good. That's good.
And Balafir, what are you doing?
He's
I had my weapons.
oh, he'll take her weapons. If as long as they don't have any black on them, he will hold them like okay.
So-
All right, that's an 8. I rolled an 8.
Okay, so that will bring her up to 9. She's maxed out. So she, Balafir receives like her belt, if you will, with the scabbard, and as he touches the handle, the hilt of the sword, it just separates from the blade. So he has a hilt and a scabbard, and even the hilt seems to be slowly
He would
eating
drop
away.
it before it got on him.
But how is she not a skeleton at this point? That's like seems like it's an acid or something.
He's got armor on, and lucky for it.
So how much did I heal?
You healed for
Take your
you're
armor
up to max.
off.
You healed for I think
Wait,
6
Take
or
your
7
armor
shots.
off. Get out of there.
It's not doing anything to my armor.
I thought it was corrosiving it.
Nope, just my metal, just anything that's metal.
Well, if
Now
you
do I
take your
still
armor
have-
off, will the goo
And-
stay on your armor?
And Licia, you sustain another 2 points of damage for the places which it
Libra.
is on you.
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, that would be me.
Libra, why did I say Licia? Libra.
Yeah. Lucia's in the back, just a little too short to see what's happening. It's like, what's going
Jumping
on?
up and down. What? I can't see.
Get her a box.
Muriel would be explaining it to her. She's
Okay,
she's
so
covered in
if,
this
how close am I
really
to the
nasty
end?
stuff.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
How close am I to the entrance?
Let me see. You are, well, the entrance of the cave, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50-ish feet away.
I instinctively this is so stupid. Run outside to see if daylight will do anything. So yeah, you just see me put my arms up and I'm frailing them as I'm running outside. See if maybe this fresh water would help.
Okay, so Libra hops up, unlashes her belt, dropping it to the ground.
I start stripping
Balfour
my
says, I
clothes.
got that, picks that up, and holy shit, it just falls apart. And she just starts, now she's not skipping, she starts running, all flailing, "Ah!" running out of the cave, hoping that the Valley of the Day Rain, the daylight that's not there, is going to somehow do something to this black slime that has coated her.
Hey, you never know, the oxygen might help.
So, Balfir and Rayla and Malachi, what do you three do now that she's not there?
Well, I would look at the arrows that I was attempting to scrape off and see if they were corroded as well, because they got the black
Okay.
slime on them.
Yep, and Rayla?
I want to quickly run around the cave and see if there's anything that maybe could help disintegrate it. I don't know.
And Balfir?
What does he have on him for stuff? Let me look at his
Alicia?
thing. Yeah.
Alicia jumps back when Rayla comes rushing towards her, just out of pure shock.
I mean, Balfir would certainly.
And
Yes.
Muriel?
Muriel is on the back edge, trying not to get touched with goo.
Okay.
She's like, gross, cooties.
Yes. Yeah. No. She's kind of a little self-centered, so she would do that.
Pacific?
Balfir is looking through his gear to see if he's got a solution for something like this, because
Okay.
he likes to think of himself as always being prepared for shit,
The
even
Cub
if it's for
Scout?
himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's looking.
I want to go up
Not
to
this,
where
not
she.
this.
I want to go up to where she got the goo on her, and I'm not going to touch anything. I just want to see if I can see anything.
And Pacifica, very casually,
Oh,
starts walking out of the cave after Muriel. Or, excuse me, after Libra. Very casually. As if like, no big deal. Let me go check it out.
We'll just go out here now.
Balfir,
that's
you're
what
checking
will
your
help.
gear. Malachi
Yep.
looking at the arrows. The arrows do seem to be covered with this black goo, this black slime coating, but they doesn't seem to be eating through the arrows.
Darts or arrows?
Okay, so I'm turning back to Balfir.
Balfir is going to grab one of the arrows by the parts that's not breaking down, but has goo on it, and he's gonna hold it. Can he grab that? Grab the arrow from one of you?
From Malachi, yeah.
It'd
Yeah,
be
he's
a
gonna
dart,
grab it
right?
from him, or a dart. Whatever's. Well, the dart's
Arrow.
dissolved, right?
Well,
Arrow.
the metal tip, if you will, of the darts have kind
I
of
just need-
disintegrated away.
I just need like the stick with the goo on it.
Okay, that's an arrow from Malachi.
He's gonna take that, and he's gonna take it from Malachi, who's also standing there with a torch, and he's gonna hold it over the torch and see what happens.
Okay, and
So he's sticking the goo in the fire, like a s'more, like a marshmallow on a stick, to see what happens.
what about Muriel?
Oh, she's hanging back watching. She's not involved in this. She's back there going,
And
I didn't leave.
and
But I'm
Rayla,
keeping my space.
where are you looking?
I am gonna be by where she got the stuff covered, and just see if I see anything around there.
Okay.
But
So the shimmer, if you will, the glimmer from the torch that Malachi is holding seems to be stronger or more reflective down over here in this little nook compared to the rest of this area. And you see a part of the wall start to move as it starts to almost quiver like.
What are you doing?
I didn't touch it.
Libra, outside. What are you doing as you run outside into the rain?
Essentially just dancing in place, trying to see if the water will help.
And Pacifica approaches you and he says, "You need to take everything off.
I thought so.
You need to
You
take everything
heard.
off. You He's very calm about it. Take everything off.
Well, I started to kind of start taking some stuff off as I was running out. But I told him to cover his eyes.
So this,
Hang on.
she's running down, trying to strip as she's going. Pieces of clothing and stuff all strewn about. Yeah, so he's
my
out there. He's like, yeah,
gosh.
and he's very calm. He needs to take everything off.
This has happened to Erica in real life before. It's giving me PTSD.
I've had oil all over my body before trying to swim in a lake.
I had a
This was-
jellyfish on my body once. That was not fun.
I ran through a field of grass that was nose height and noticed I thought my clothes were moving, but it was all ticks.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh yeah.
Liam,
So I tossed all my clothes as I ran home.
Liam, real quick.
Yes.
You indicated that the arrowheads were not dissolving, correct?
No, I indicated that the arrow shaft was not dissolving.
Yeah,
What
they're
was
eating away the
arrow
metal.
shaft made of? What is the arrow
Wood.
shaft
Wood.
made of?
Wood.
Wood.
Yes.
Okay. Then can I use my holy symbol from my god to try and scrape off the black goo
Dude,
off of her?
disrespect.
Well, hang on.
I'm
Step one,
outside.
you're in the cave. Step two, she's
Right.
out of the cave. In front of
Oh,
you
yeah,
in the
that-
cave, part of the wall seems to be shimmering.
So I'm gonna take a step back from the shimmering wall.
Okay.
Oh yeah, get away from the wall. Get away from the wall.
So
Get away from
let's
the
go out here with Libra. Libra, you are being instructed by the super smart Pacifica. Hey man, you need to take everything off.
Yeah, I'm already half naked, and I'm now running against a tree and trying to scrape off my back against a tree like a bear would.
Okay. Are
Nice.
you?
It's the druid in you.
Are you doffing your armor? Are you going down to your skivvies? How far down?
Oh,
you
I'm going as far as I need to go.
She's going all the way.
She's an
'Cause
all the way
kind
girl.
of gal. That's
That
right.
is on brand.
Okay. Libra,
If I
one more
have to,
point
I'll
of
take a
damage
leaf and
has
plaster it
occurred.
on my faces.
Libra,
Another
one more point of damage as another round has transpired. Balfear, I'm not forgetting you, Rayla. Balfear, what are you doing?
He was holding the stick above the flame
Oh, that's right. Thank
with
you,
the
thank you,
goo
thank
to
you, thank
see
you.
what
Yes.
to see what
So,
it did.
Yes. So it begins to ignite the arrow.
But not the goo.
Well, the kind of all as a unit, if you will. It's not as though the goo is jumping off or not being burned. It's kind of all being burned, so to speak, like as a unit. It appears.
Okay.
I'm just
All
glad
right.
we're glad we didn't light her on fire first.
I mean, it does burn. That's good.
No, burn her with it.
And how
I'm
about
not gonna set
Malachi?
her up.
What is Malachi doing?
Well, Malachi's holding the torch that he's Balfear's using,
Yep.
so
Statue
he.
of Liberty.
Yep.
And Muriel?
She's gonna start backing out of this cave because she's looking at these walls, going, "Okay, it's shiny and slimy everywhere. I don't like this." She's just gonna slowly back out.
Oh my
Okay.
god, that's a good point.
And
I
Lee,
am
who are
just
you? Rayla. Rayla.
backing.
So this wall, if you will, starts to move towards you or
Nope,
appear.
I'm gonna
It's a
get-
whole nother sheet of this black, slimy film kind of recoiling back to you, almost like a snake. And it lashes out almost like someone's throwing a blanket at you. Kind of throwing a blanket at you, Rayla.
Can I maneuver out of the way and run for the entrance?
Well, yes, but yes, to your point, it actually misses as you're able to kind of step aside and dodge that, and it kind of lands flat on the ground.
I yell at the top of my lungs, we need to get out of here now.
Say no more. Muriel runs.
I run too, I follow.
Balfear would absolutely do the same. He's gonna chuck this stick with the goop, flaming whatever's left over in the water, so he knows it goes out, and then Go.
as everything ignites in the water. Just kidding.
Fine. Don't care. Not at this point.
As everyone makes your way outside to find Libra buck naked, standing there in her pile of what was left of her clothes, or the clothes that she had left on her. Standing there in her. Oh, I guess now we can talk about why it's important to describe your
genitalia.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
So we know what the rest of the party will see. Yeah. Okay.
For those of you online,
Scratching
we are
my back
making a reference to Baldur's Gate character creation. We talked about that earlier.
All right. Because we have black over here, I'm going to use white, the opposite, if you will, for Balfear, to indicate Balfear. Okay. So you guys extricate yourself from this cavern to find yourself in the cluster of trees, and Libra standing there buck naked.
Scratching my back against a tree. Is that doing anything?
In what's his name? Kanan? Is that your friend's name? In Kanan's wildest fantasies. Okay,
Yeah.
so Libra, it's not really on you so much anymore as it was on your stuff. So having cleansed yourself of your possessions, you have cleansed yourself of this black goo.
I essentially
Yeah, but now you're naked and you've got nothing.
I take leaves with my nature skills and create a skirt and some pasties.
And some
Oh, how
pasties.
nice, actually.
Some pasties, a couple leaves.
Leaves, maple leaves.
Keeping this PG.
I am
Wait
looking.
for that.
Alfir is like looking for an extra cape or anything that he could give you. Because he, gentleman, and this is awkward.
I have some extra clothes I could give her from my pack if she wanted
Oh
them.
yeah. Oh, so does Balfir. He has 2 sets of clothes.
Yeah, same
In
here.
his
I
equipment.
think I have sandals too.
We would
Well, you
patch
lost
together
everything.
something. We
Yeah.
would help you.
I'm sorry, girl, but you lost everything.
We're gonna patch you back together.
Please tell me all of my other stuff, my mistletoe and everything has stayed.
I would imagine
It's
that
not
would be
metal.
in a backpack or a belt pouch, which would typically be of cloth or leather material. And whatever this is does not seem to eat through fabric or leather. It seems to be.
Oh, so then my clothes are good. Everything I
seems
have
to be
is good.
more interested or affecting flesh and metal.
Interesting.
So is she okay?
Well, she
She is
has.
now.
I'm
She was
probably quite red, and I'm probably got scratches on my back from the bark. But other than that, I think I'm okay.
Wow, your skin looks incredibly clear. It's like you've had a dermal peel or something.
What are you talking about? She looks like a tomato.
I look like I
Alicia is
am.
just covering her eyes and going, what?
Well, Muriel's gonna look at her sword, which she knows she doesn't use a lot because she tends to remain as range as possible, and be like, "We have some options. We have enough clothing to garb our friend, and she could use my broadsword in place of your weapon for the meantime. Unless you all think we should head back, I think we should press on."
No, what are you talking about?
No, she's
I'm
not
out
going
of
back.
arrows, remember? I just have my sword. That's it, my sword.
So my clothes, even though it's leather, it still has the black stuff on it, right?
Your clothes. Well, your clothes aren't really leather. They'd be more of a fat linen or wool or something. And your clothes essentially still coated in this black goo. Your backpack, which would be holding the bulk of your gear, and maybe a belt pouch if you had something. That would more likely be leather material, but that too is still kind of coated in this black goo.
Yeah, so all my leather armor is... Because that's what I was wearing, was my leather armor.
Right, so your leather armor is coated, but it doesn't seem to be affected by this.
I
Okay,
want to
so
put
I'll
it back
take-
on though, because it's affected. It affects flesh, and as soon as you touch it, it's gonna.
No, I was gonna grab a giant stick and kind of pile it like a hobo and put it on my wooden shield and carry it like a laundry basket.
There you go.
Pacifica chimes up and says, "Why don't you just scrape it off?"
You touch it. I ain't touching it. You touch it.
Use the arrows. They're
And-
wooden.
and
They
he's-
won't
and he
break
says
down.
he says to Balfour, "Give me that," and he reaches for the scabbard, and he starts scraping your leather armor with the leather scabbard to get it off the armor.
Oh,
Is it
I
working?
always knew bringing you along would be beneficial.
Is it working?
It seems to be scraping. I mean, it's difficult because it's a little kind of tacky-like, but he seems to be slowly gaining some efficacy here, where he kind of get a couple scrapes in the leather armor, then like drag it on the ground to try to get it off the scabbard, and then again with the leather armor and back to the ground to try to scrape it all off.
Bet we could bring it back to your friend at the keep for repairs.
I'm gonna have to get me a new scimitar. I'm gonna
Oh,
ask him to scrape off
absolutely,
my
your weapon
backpack,
is
preferably.
Gone down.
Because
I have
my
an
fire and
extra
arrow.
dagger if you need something,
She
because
needs some protection.
I know that druids are very limited on what they can use.
Yeah, don't you have like that +1 dagger or something?
I have a regular dagger. I'm keeping the +1 dagger.
How many darts did I end up losing?
How many do you have?
You
I
had
had
10.
21.
Oh, 21. Wow.
21. Holy cow!
Yeah, remember I bought me
Bought a
and
bunch.
Lucia some at the beginning.
I have a ton of
I
bullets,
rolled that you lost 12.
Okay, as of 6, I bought Lucia quite a bit, bought her bullets, and then bought my darts.
Okay, so you lost 12 darts, so you still have a reasonable amount.
Well, we need to figure out what we're doing. Because we need to figure out are we pressing on, which I think is a foolish idea, but then
Well, if we go back to the keep, we can get her gear repaired. You can purchase some more arrows.
Right.
We can regroup. This is our
Maybe,
second cave of the day. I guess, yeah. What time of day is it? Can we
It's
tell?
a
Now
little
that we're
after
outside?
midday. It should be around almost going into late afternoon to evening.
So it might be dinner time by the time we get home back to the keep anyway.
But remember, they close the gates at nightfall.
So we got to get there quickly.
and we got horses.
We do have horses.
By the bear.
We
at this
did have
point.
horses. We did have horses.
Why are you
The bear-
speaking in past tense? There's something
Did
you know that I
bear
don't.
eat 'em?
I
Well,
don't.
that's-
I just.
We
the evil-
don't know.
Look at the DM's face. I think the bear ate the horses.
Yeah, I swear. If we come back to 2 of my baby horses done. on.
Well, maybe we should find that out. Why don't we check on the horses? If they're there, great. If they're not, we know we should head back, right? Because we're on foot at this point.
I put my
We're
sandals
not,
on.
we're
I
not
do
getting
have
back
sandals.
in. It might be just safer to stay. God, I don't even know.
Why would we be heading back? Just for the arrows?
Well, and her armor and refreshing, and I don't know, maybe seeing if the clerics can heal her more, like that. She's a tomato. She doesn't look very good.
She looks
start-
fine.
I've started putting mud on my
Needs
skin
an
as
ass-
a lotion.
Well, then let's head back. And we have to check the horses either
Well,
way.
but
We're
the
already
thing
out
is,
here.
if we go back on foot, we might not make it back in time. Let's go check on the horses. Let's go check.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
The horses.
Step 1, check horses.
If they are not, if they are dead, I will go on a murder spree. First off,
Okay.
secondly, we can we're gonna have to hunker down because if we get caught out, because if my brain is going a million miles a minute, let's go check on the horses.
Stuck a hiding secret. You have the most guilty face.
While they're walking, Licia kind of casually looks at Pacifica and just asks, "Have you seen this before? Because you seemed awfully calm."
And he responds with, What?
Of course. That's on me for on me for expecting him to actually recognize something.
And as we're walking, I'm scraping some more stuff off with, so I have it all on my wooden shield, because you said it doesn't hurt wood. I'm scraping off the rest of the stuff, and as that's happening, I'm putting it back on.
So, collectively as a group, in the cluster of trees, where perhaps there's greater safety, just because you have the cover from the overall valley, you know, kind of the eyes of the valley looking down at you, you're hidden in the trees. Not Rayla, Libra and Pacifica take a few minutes to kind of slowly scrape off, or as she's making her pasties and stringing some other leaves together for her loincloth. Pacifica is there using the scabbard to kind of scrape off this stuff off her armor, and then it kind of, you know, rubs it in the dirt or on the leaves, and then goes back again. It kind of goes this routine, if you will. And then moving on to her backpack as she's, you know, kind of the same process, scraping it off the backpack as best you can. And as she's, you know, donning some new clothes that someone gave her. And Pacifica even asks if someone has some extra fabric of some kind, a shirt, a pair of pants, or something, so that he can more easily remove the slime from her backpack. Since it's soft, although leather, it's soft, you know, compared to her boiled leather armor, you can't quite scrape it the same way. So he's asking if someone sheds, you know, has something to share. So with that, he essentially like wraps his hand in it and kind of starts scraping away this black goo off her backpack, and her belt pouch that she had on her waistband to kind of make all that usable or salvageable. So about 30 minutes or so passes for Libra to fabricate her pasties and her loincloth, to then swap that out for the fresh set of clothes that someone shares with her, that I heard Balfour, I think it was, and Pacifica trying to clean her gear up. Muriel, what you missed was Licia asked Pacifica, "Hey, you seemed really calm through all this. Have you encountered this before?" And his response was, "What?"
Oh, come on.
It was on me for expecting intelligence from this guy. So I will admit that's on me.
I will say though, wrapping his hand in the cloth, that was smart. We didn't think of that.
He has his moments.
And Julie, who plays on Tuesday night, she is a druid with Entangle spell, and they are 2 levels deep under a swamp. And she's like, "Oh, you won't let me use Entangle?" Well, yeah, because there's nothing to entangle. I said, "You need to watch the Sunday night group, because they came up with a very creative solution for that."
Me with my plant. I just hold it sometimes, like, okay.
You talk to it, sing it lullabies.
Well, talking to it is good because it gives them carbon dioxide.
Yeah, so she's holding that like a running back. All right, so you guys finish your struggles here with this black ooze slime film thing. Get Libra cleaned up enough where she can kind of put what's left of her gear back on, which will be her armor, her shield, her backpack, and most of her darts, and her pouch, salvaging her her mistletoe, which is critical for the druid, but no longer has, or lost several of her darts, and has essentially lost her sword as well, as that just disintegrated, corroded. So you guys start traversing your way back through the valley.
Did it affect her money?
It was in my pouch, my leather pouch.
Okay. Okay.
Everything's in leather because it's natural.
That's a good question, though.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why would
Oh,
you
no.
do that? You
sorry.
hate me. Everything's in leather. It was next to my mistletoe.
You guys start traversing the valley here, kind of making your way back around to the entry/exit point, which is about here. And that's where that little single file dirt path through the trees passes, and then eventually breaks through outside of the valley. And it's about 50 feet inside that, 50 feet from the road, where you had tied up the horses. So the question is, are the horses there?
I hate you.
The dice
this-
giveth, and the dice taketh away.
Gonna roll?
That's
I said that
all I
they're
can
apples.
say.
I gave it apples. Hopefully it was full.
I gave it love.
Okay, now you said you came up with 2 horses. I thought there were 3 altogether. Didn't Pacifica have his own, then you had 2?
Pacifica had one.
Yeah, so there are 3 horses. I had 2 personally, Shadowheart and Shadowfax.
Oh. So that would mean that if one were to not be there, be a greater chance that would be one of yours and not his.
No, it'll definitely be his that's gone. That would just automatically saying that. Because I will steal his horse.
Well, the dice giveth, and the dice taketh away.
Just tell me.
Okay, what other... Oh, do we know Pacifica's horse's name?
No.
No.
Nope.
We just know it doesn't like being slapped on the butt by a druid.
That's right. And if I remember correctly as
name
well,
is Bunk.
you tied up these horses so they could not even flee to defend themselves, or even defend themselves, really. Okay, so Shadow, Dark, and who else?
Shadowfax and Shadowheart.
Okay.
And Bonk.
And Bonk.
Bonk. You know what? Let's go with it. That's great.
I was going to say, you could go with Dumb and Dumber, but the
Pacifica.
horse could be smart, you know?
Hey, don't
No,
you
it's
dare
Bonk.
call my babies dumb and
No, I was
dumber.
referring to Pacifica and his horse.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
He's Tweedledum
Okay,
and the horse is Tweedledum.
so
You would
you
name it something like Ride.
so as you guys make your way back through that cluster of, or that final passage, that final cluster of trees, making your way out towards that roadway, you do hear the neighing of horses as your footsteps, making noise on the leaves and such. But they sound rather excited, intimidated, if you will, upon your approach.
I'm gonna run up to them. Honestly, I'm gonna run up with my sword out. Someone's trying to hurt them, I swear to God.
And as Rayla runs up in haste and enthusiasm with sword drawn to protect her to be loved, you do find, is it Shadowheart or Shadowheart, right?
Shadowfax and Shadowheart, yes.
Heart, okay. You do find Shadowheart, and you do find Tweedledee. I don't know. Is that, yeah? We'll go with Tweedledee's the horse and Tweedledum is the rider. So you do find Shadowheart and Tweedledee, but you don't see Shadowfax.
But he's
You-
the god of all.
you-
You do see the rope still tied around the tree where you had lashed him, but the other end is kind of strewn in pieces as if it had been torn or pulled apart.
Oh God. Is there
A
any blood
human
or
would've
anything?
just
Do I
cut
see
it.
any blood?
Yeah, I was going to say, is there a ranger amongst you?
Yeah, I am a ranger.
Yes. So you do, you are able to see that there definitely was a struggle. There is blood in various kind of spots here and there.
Do I recognize any tracks besides horses?
What is your, let's roll for that. What's your chance
Good questions.
Oh.
You got this.
for tracking? It's pretty high, I believe.
I'm literally supposed to I'm gonna pull it up.
I think it's like a 90% base chance.
10% base chance to track plus 10% per level. So, no.
Hang on, only a 10% chance for that as a base?
From what I'm seeing, maybe I pulled up the wrong one.
All right, let me hang on. I wanna show Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube, our map.
Same.
I should have
What's
done
the
that
difference?
earlier. I do apologize for anyone who's watching, but to that point, I will share with them this map here. So the party exited the cave here and found themselves in the cluster of trees, as you heard us discussing, and then navigated their way through the valley to their entry/exit point over here. Whoops. And that's where we're talking about now. Okay. Coming back to that map. All right. Looking at the player's handbook for Ranger. Underground. Outdoors, there's a base 90% chance for a ranger being able to follow a creature, modified as follows. For each creature above 1 in the party being tracked, plus 2%. For every 24 hours which has lapsed between making of the track and tracking, minus 10%. And for each hour of precipitation, minus 25%.
Oh no. And it's
Well,
constant
hang
rain.
on.
Yeah.
We weren't in the rain though with the horses, were we? Were they tied up?
You were not.
Right. So we don't have to worry about that.
Okay, so
long-
make me your D100 roll.
D100. 20. 20.
Okay, that's I mean you the lower the better. So that's good.
Right. Okay.
Let me do this. Okay. Okay, so you do see spots of blood throughout this most immediate area on a leaf here and a leaf there, maybe a spot on the ground, and you do actually see almost like a drag or claw mark, if you will, going
YouTube
back.
is currently just showing the book.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Something was being pulled or dragged back into the valley of the day rain. The tracks themselves, if you will, appear as though they may have been bear-like. Fairly confident in a bear, but not completely sure.
Damn it. Maybe we should have killed that bear last session.
Well,
I tried feeding it and you guys laughed at me.
Hey, I was being friendly to it. It was Alicia who was mocking me about it's not Halsland, you can't do it, blah 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 blah.
I mean, as far as Mother Nature's concerned, the debt is, it's null. We're down an animal. If we'd killed the bear, Mother Nature would be down an animal. It's, you just prefer the horse, I suppose, because it's useful.
Well, I mean, if I had a pet, doesn't matter if they got them for me, but for free. But,
No, I feel bad. I feel like we left them out.
If we can charm a bear to be our best friend, I'm all for it. But that horse was precious to me.
I think the bear would have to be a druid in disguise for that to work, actually. At least my low skill level.
No, Libra knows that. I think its second level druid spell is charm person or mammal.
Ooh.
So similar to the magic user's first level spell, but it's second level for druid, and she gets the chance to charm a mammal as well as a person.
I don't have charm person though.
But no, not yet. Not yet. I'm just clarifying that for Muriel, since Libra has that knowledge.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so you're here with 2 horses, 2 out of 3 horses, to hastily make your way back to the keep. Time of day is approximately, as Rin kind of helped us out, probably gonna be around 5 o'clock or so.
How quickly does it get dark? Like, what time is darkness?
You guys probably have several hours left. Usually
Okay, so we can make
by
it back to the keep.
foot, it takes 2 to 4 hours to walk down to the keep.
All right.
On horseback or a mount of some kind, usually about an hour to an hour and a half.
How many people are there? There's too many for 2 horses,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
I can walk pretty fast though.
You know, maybe I can now too, since my armor class went from a 6 to a 4. Right? Because isn't it based on EC?
That's not so much not the number, but the type of armor you wear affects the movement rate. Yes. But either way, you're at a great enough distance where it's only going to come down to the slowest character, because that's going to be your slowest rate of movement.
I think Malachi is the slowest at 9.
All right, so let's do a quick review. Libra wearing leather armor would have put her movement rate at
I'm at
12. Alicia, what are you wearing?
Leather armor as well. I'm
Okay,
a
so
druid.
that's a 12. Rayla, what are you wearing?
I am wearing
Chainmail, is it?
chainmail. Yep.
Chainmail is movement rate 9. Muriel, what are you
Oh.
wearing?
Leather.
Leather is 12. Malachi, what is he wearing? Chainmail, I believe.
Chainmail, and he's at 9.
Okay, so he's at 9.
And
And
Balthier is
lastly,
also
Balthier
in
is
leather.
leather, so that puts him at 12.
Yep.
And Pacifica has leather, so he's at 12.
So the slower people on the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of the how many slow people are there?
2, really, because
Yeah, just
most of
2.
us are 12.
Yeah, the Malachi and Rayla are your slowest two.
Okay, I'm gonna strategically put myself on Tweedledee because it's now my horse.
And Pacifica says, "Hey, what are you doing? Get off my horse."
I look over to Muriel and tell her to let your pet know that to leave me alone.
I will tell him it is beneficial to getting us back to food, comfort, and back out to the caverns as quickly as possible if we can put these people, good friend, on your horse. Good friend.
Food? What kind of
Food
food?
and dinner. Meat.
Food and dinner? Both?
Yes.
He's a toddler.
Are you buying?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we're buying. Now
No,
let's
no,
go.
no, he's got money. He's got money. No, do it. It's a trap.
It's fine. It's fine. You are using his horse. It's fair.
Okay,
It's
okay.
fair.
I don't like walking when I don't have to, but if you're going to buy me food and dinner, I guess I can do it
Mhm.
for the
I'm just gonna
short
flick him a
walk
gold
back to
coin.
the
Just gonna
back
flick
to
him
the
a
keep.
gold coin. Muriel, I flick him a gold coin.
Oh, hey.
And he watches you kind of, flick it, the thumb flick, and he just kind of watches it, hits the ground, shrug of the shoulders, and he stops walking.
I pick it up.
Muriel will pick. Yeah, one of us will pick it up. Yeah,
I will
fine.
pick it up, and I'm like, okay, this is going towards my scimitar. And then
That's
I put my
fine.
head down as we're walking. I'm like, I'm gonna really have to go all the way now.
You know what? That's fine.
All right,
Take
so
it.
you guys collectively, with 2 of you mounted, and the remainder walking, with pasties and a loincloth that have been
I have
You do what you
some
gotta
clothes
do.
now.
that have been craftily put together. Oh, wait till he hears that story. You guys stop making your way back to the keep.
If it gets me a cheaper scimitar, I gotta do it.
And it takes you guys, let me see how long it takes you here. It takes about 3 hours to make your way back to the keep, so you are getting there right around the time the sun is hitting the horizon.
Oh, thank God.
And you make your way,
If it looks like they are closing the gates, we would holler, "We're coming!"
and you guys start walking your way up the hill. As you remember, it's a strong incline here to get up this last leg here to the keep. And you go through the same rigmarole as you do every time. State your name and your business. and the old man scribe is there, jotting down and recording everyone's name and business as you make your way into the keep. So your journey from the horses, the place where you had the horses tied, to the keep is uneventful. And you guys are able to safely make your journey back to the keep. I'm going to be daring, I think, here in a second, and try to put up our 3D map. I want to try it, see what happens.
Oh, let's see what happens.
That'd be fun again.
This is a really cool map of the keep for those who are watching along, just in case we disappear.
Yeah, in case it crashes, but well, no,
it helps with immersion.
I think the issue we had before was the video would stutter and the audio wouldn't line up right. But I think that might have been a Wi-Fi issue or internet connectivity issue. My internet is better and faster now, so we'll see what happens. We're going to give it a try.
You got them upgrades?
I did. I had to replace my wireless access point, my WAP.
Oh, goodness.
And it has made a world of difference. Yes, my other group told me that WAP also stands for something else.
Yeah, don't say that on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. They told me I forgot, and I said no. I did not need to know that.
Mm-mm.
I did not
This
need
group
to
is
know that.
terrible.
There's a whole song about it.
They
sure
told me about
is.
that too. They even sent me the link for it. They did.
Ask Libra. She
Yeah.
probably knows.
Kanan hopes she knows.
Sorry, what happened?
Why is
I was
this-
getting
there
my
we go,
kid to
there we
get me chips.
Oh, we're just talking about Libra.
Thanks. Like I said, you had to see me hold my head down, and I had to tell myself I had to go all the way now to get a new scimitar.
Libra, check the text channel.
Yeah. The in-game chat. Oh, speaking of chat, Ms. Muriel, has my friend Artie had anything to say?
Mm-mm.
No, he's been quiet. Okay.
I have been posting comments along the game, like when we started, I put where we left off on our last session, and then I did like a fun should Balfir reach for the goblet in the text thing, trying to like engage if anyone's watching. I was gonna do it anyway, but it's.
Look at you, moderator. Okay, so the map is up. I'm not sure how this is going to translate to YouTube, but let me. And I haven't.
I'm gonna go grab something real quick, but I can
used
still
this
hear.
in a while, so I'm a little rusty on this too. So let's see how it works out. Because I got to remember how to fly the camera here. Here we go. Okay.
It shows on the stream. Don't write it out.
I'm not writing it out.
All right, let me get rid of that. Let's go back to Discord and change. Share my.
I'm not that stupid.
Oh, don't type it. It's on YouTube.
I just said I didn't write it out.
Oh, so okay, so to that point of YouTube filtering or centering, so on a recent episode of Roll for Mastery, I went off on the 5th edition Player's Handbook about gunpowder, where I was cursing, openly dropping the F-bomb at 5th edition.
It's been a minute since we used this map. I missed it.
Oh, hang on. Although YouTube cannot. Let me see if I can quickly add that for YouTube.
YouTube can't see it.
No, they can't. Hang on. Video window capture.
Why does YouTube hate us so much?
No. It doesn't actually, but Dungeon Alchemists. There we go. Okay.
I guess I should have clarified.
Oh shit, hang on.
On the YouTube chat, I wrote, "Do we think Libra is gonna go down?" But I meant that earlier in the game when she was down to 1 hit point.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, now that we're talking about what's his
Yeah,
face and a WAP. Yeah,
yeah.
we are so PG-13.
I should be very specific when I write my commentary.
Yeah, especially now that I need darts.
Okay, let's see. I'm making progress. Hang on. Shit. Hang on. Okay, can can YouTube see Dungeon Alchemist? Hmm. I'm afraid it might stay that way, but we'll see. Okay, I'm not gonna waste our time for the benefit of YouTube. Let's play. Okay, so you guys make your way back here into the keep, and if you remember, on the left-hand side here is the two-story wood structure, which is rooms for rent, both kind of private and semi-private. On the right-hand side, as we're looking here at our image, the door here most directly in front of us, which is closed, is the warehouse. A little further on back to the right, which we've already passed through, is the stables, where you secure your horses with the little stable boy who has served you well. The second door here in the main passageway of the keep is the armorer. A little past him is Libra's friend, Kanan, and then the door past that is the trader, Tiam. Further here, do I have it backwards? Tiam. Okay, so Tiam is your friend, and Kanan is the trader. And ahead of you here to the left, the metal structure is the bank, or the money changer, the banker. And then all the way down here is the marketplace, if you will, the farmer's market type, the fountain, and then obviously the inn, the tavern, which is run by Fensa. Okay, so where would we like to start? Yep, okay.
Barter.
Thank you. You could barter and make him feel guilty by your current state of attire. If
Oh,
you
he'll
show
look
up
at
in
me.
nice, fresh clothing, he's less likely to take pity on you.
Yeah, we'll go in. I kind of have like the walk of shame happening with my bag in my hand and my leather.
Okay, let me bear with me. Okay, so in here, you do see the blacksmith working here, working her forge, working her anvil. She is dwarf, if you remember correctly. And as has been, I think, all but one case, you are met by her trusty assistant, nameless, but doesn't hesitate to ask how it is that he can help. And he says, whatever is that black goo? He says, well, I don't think then that we want to know. Perhaps we can get you a new suit of armor. Hmm. Baloney. Well, how soon do you need it, young lady? Hmm. All right, so Poopy for YouTube, I'm not going to show them the 3D map for the keep. When I try to do that, it just takes me back to Discord and not really showing that map. So they're just SOL on that. Mm.
22 electrum, 61 silver. And then you also took 12 copper.
So that was what, 4 electrum each?
And as Rayla stated on the road, whatever cost you need covered, she's more than happy to help. Because she has like a lot in the bank.
Okay, so a new suit of leather armor. Oh, excuse me, I'm moving the map around when I shouldn't be. Oh, we need some music or something, don't we?
That'd be cool.
Well, we can't really
I
do
like
music
music.
because YouTube will yell at us for that. But I do have sound effects here
You
for
could
the
do
armor.
music.
Leather. He said, okay, so it's probably be best to do a new set versus what you have, trying to salvage what you have there. How soon do you need it? He asks.
As soon as possible.
Certainly not today. I mean, we can work something out for tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine.
That works for me.
All right, now you'll have to come in for. Well, I guess we can kind of size you up now, I guess. But to answer your question, we're looking at 10 gold pieces.
Oh, I can do that.
And we can make that happen tomorrow.
I can definitely do 10.
Okay. So
and I'll hand them. I'll give them an extra 5 if they can make it a little bit more durable, as well as a little bit more time crunchy.
Have we said that you can do? Can you do studded leather? Have we talked about that?
No, we have not. I'm looking into it, and I didn't see anything.
Okay, so I think the rules as written says you cannot. So you can only use leather. But I have reasoned, and I don't think you'll disagree with the reasoning anyway, that if a druid can use a metal sword, i.e. scimitar, why can't you have some metal studs on your armor?
That's fair.
And you can use a dart, which is metal tipped. Why can't you have metal studs on your armor? So if you want to do studded leather, that's an option for you as well.
How would they add the bark armor later or something like that for the druids?
Bark. I know they got a spell, something about bark skin spell. But
smell of
studded
skunk.
leather will run you 20, and that will drop your armor class by 1.
I'll just stick to my leather then. I don't want to lose my armor class. I'm already squishy.
Well,
I've already almost died
Let me,
twice.
No, in a
let's
good
clarify.
way.
It'll improve your armor class by 1.
Oh, I thought you said drop it by
Well,
one.
it does.
Yeah, no,
Remember,
then we'll...
we're descending armor class in first edition.
It also
Remember
makes your
how-
stealth disadvantage, though, I believe.
Yeah, but we don't really play
wouldn't-
stealth in that.
Remember when I was
thinking, and she's not going to be
leather, I
one
was
stealthy.
She's a
now I'm
skipper.
chainmail.
She's
So-
not stealthy. She's gonna skip into every room we
So
enter.
leather armor and shield is an AC 7. Studded leather and shield is an AC 6. So that
Nice,
essentially
very nice.
translates to a 5% chance less that the bad guys will hit you.
Okay, no, yeah,
Let's
we'll
do
go
it.
ahead. I can do that. You said 20?
That is 20. And we can make that happen tomorrow, he tells you. So with that agreement, he kind of begins to size you up a little bit, breaks out his little string, his rope, and measures and marks and measures your shoulders and your waist and your legs, and he sizes you up so he can modify, he can adjust a set that he already has. Because to make a set from scratch will take weeks to procure the leather, boil, dry it out, boil it, and so on and so forth. So it's actually leather armor. It's actually what are you looking for? We need multiple layers, like plywood. There's a word for that. I can't think of it.
Layered?
As he's
not
measuring me,
layered.
stuff like that, I'm like, ooh, ow.
Like
that's
laminated.
tender.
It's
Tender.
laminated. That's the word I was thinking of.
But yeah, as he's measuring me, so I was like, ooh, sorry, that's tender. Ow, ow. I've been burnt.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny if your pasties were poison ivy?
Oh,
I pulled him
dang.
off the tree. I am smarter than that. My plant lord would tell me otherwise.
Well, I guess it'd probably be worse if the loincloth was poison ivy than just the pasties.
Talk about a WAP.
I honestly, I don't think that would be a
For
WAP.
different
It would
reasons.
probably be a DAP.
Dap.
With my plant lore, I'm pretty sure I would know better. My problem would be is if there would be fire ants.
Ooh, yeah, that would be awful.
Or ticks.
Similar. Ooh.
Okay,
I had
anyway.
to go to the hospital once for fire
Anyway, getting back on track here, with Doriana's assistant, you make your arrangements to procure your studded leather armor for the tune of 20 gold pieces, which they will work on for you tomorrow, and should have ready by end of day tomorrow, or this time tomorrow, 24 hours. And feel free to come by, tomorrow around this time to pick that up, and we'll make any fine adjustments at that time if needed. And Rayla has secured her horses with the stable boy, whose name I don't remember at the moment because I know he has a name.
No, he does, yeah. We totally bonded. Not me, but Rayla.
Yeah, I don't
Rayla's
remember
been
his
giving
name.
him so much money.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
a heavy tipper.
Yes.
He likes when she comes around the corner to visit her horse.
So you,
He
Rayla and
knows he might get
Pacifica,
meat in his stew that night.
secure their horses with the stable boy, and as you remember, there is no payment necessary or needed until you recover or take your horses back out.
I'm gonna give him 3 extra gold this time to buy treats for my horse and to take extra good care because his friend was eaten by a bear and it was very traumatizing.
Yeah, that was probably traumatic.
That was very traumatic. So to take extra special treats.
Gracious.
All I know is I just want that
I don't
experience.
know what his story is. That's Precious.
All right, and how
So
about for everyone else? Where are you all going? What are you doing?
I'm gonna meet up
I
with them.
promised somebody food.
You food
Well, I'm
and
gonna
dinner.
meet up with Libra, Alicia, and them. Are we going to Kanan's place yet,
Tiam?
or no?
Tiam?
TM.
TM.
Tiam. Sorry, Tiam. Tiam.
I put my head down and
Oh!
I say yes.
I want to get more arrows, so
Yes,
I
you
guess
do.
I'll meet up.
I
It
guess
is
you're going to
TM.
go to TM.
Everyone's going to
More
TM.
arrows. Everyone's going to Tiam.
I'll ask Ryla. I'd be like, hey, so with my studded leather, I paid for that, but I was wondering if you wouldn't mind spotting me for some more darts.
I got you. I already told you I'd pay for everything.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I am.
She is. She's been here since the beginning. She deserves it. Right?
Remember, I have in the bank.
All right, so
Have, like-
I changed this to the night scene, so it just seems a little more appropriate as the sun is setting and we're getting into the evening. So, TM, let me get some illumination here in TM shot.
Muriel and Balfour would also be Hugh.
It's affected everyone's well-being since you last parted ways a day or two ago with a clay pot of his. He's glad
Wasn't
to
it
see.
this morning?
Was it this morning?
What? Yeah, it was this
Okay,
morning.
it's this morning. Okay, so then
Yeah, he probably didn't expect to see us so soon.
Okay, yeah, so he's very surprised to see you all back so soon, as you had told him you were going out for days, and that's why he didn't join you. But he's still happy to see that Licia has a clay pot of his that she is playing linebacker with. And
My precious.
And he's thrilled, of course, to see Libra, but he asks as to why your skin is so red.
I got
As it
attacked.
gets redder.
I have my head down and I'm kind of pouting a little because my dignity's a little bit lost. And I kind of had a black sheet of goop burn my skin and my armor.
Oh, goodness gracious, he says. Are you okay?
Kind
Give
of.
me the puppy eyes.
My pride is a little hurt and my skin burns. And I'm kind of down some health. I'm tired.
I
You lost
and I
yourself.
see that you're not wearing the same clothes that you were wearing last time.
They don't exist no more.
Whatever do you mean?
I had they were covered
Phrasing,
in
I love
black
it.
goo that was burning me.
You mean you were on fire?
I felt like I was, but it was this black tar-like goop that clung to me. And I show him my leather that I still have that has some on it, and I'm like, if you want to, you can touch it.
Oh gosh, don't touch.
No,
You're so mean.
I don't think I shall, but are you sure there's none left on you?
I don't feel like there is, but I am quite tender, so I have no idea. I forgot to have someone check me.
My God.
Perhaps I should check you then?
Yep.
Well, I'm here for my scimitar. I was here to see if you had a scimitar. I think I'm okay. I mean, I need a bath. I need a bath desperately.
Oh, you don't say. As do I.
Well, let's first see if you have a scimitar.
Well, no. But perhaps Doriana would be able to better serve you with a scimitar. But
Didn't I buy my scimitar from you to begin with?
I don't recall that. But I am easily distracted by beauty, so perhaps you did, and I just don't remember.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm just distracted.
Oh,
curious.
distracted as you may be, you are distracting.
Oh, it was my darts. It was my darts I got from you. I need darts.
Yes, the long pointy. Yes. So, how many darts are you looking for today?
13.
13. That's an odd number.
It makes it into an even number, and I'm okay with that.
And wow, you guys must have had a rough day if you need 13 darts. Wow.
The goop ate my metal.
Yes, it did.
I'm glad it only ate your metal.
It ate some of her flesh too.
It did. I'm a bit pinky.
A bit pinky. I hope it didn't eat the good flesh, if there's anything as bad flesh, but
I don't know what you mean by that. It's all flesh. It all hurts.
and he's kind of rummaging through some of his crates here, some of his boxes, looking for some darts for you. And how about the rest of you, he calls out. Does anyone else need anything? I want to make sure you all are well equipped to help my friend Libra.
I need some arrows.
Yes,
have any?
and how many are you looking for, Ms. Libra?
I need Rayla.
Rayla. Sorry.
I need if you have 3 dozen, I'll take them. I'm out of arrows. I need arrows, man.
3. He finds you 13 darts for 3 gold. And
I'll take it.
and your arrows, how many are you looking for?
If you have a couple dozen, 3 dozen, 2 dozen, whatever, I'll take them.
He tells you that he has only a dozen and a half for 2 gold, but he does have an additional 6 silver arrows.
Ooh.
How much are the silver arrows?
They're 2 gold
Like a
each.
sure?
2 gold each.
2 gold each. So 12 gold.
Yeah. 12 gold for
How much for everything?
12 gold for this for the 6 silver arrows, and and 2 gold for your dozen and a half for your 18.
If I don't have much money, but I would put in for that.
I mean, I have the money. I'll take it. I'll take the silver arrows and the regular arrows.
Okay, so you got 18 arrows and 6 silver arrows.
Arrows, yay! I'm gonna ask, do you know where else I could stock up on more regular arrows? I'm in desperate need of more.
Well, he says arrows have been a little tough to come by here over the past several days, as the castellan has put a call out for arrows. So consider yourself lucky that I have these.
I used to make arrows. If we get supplies, I might remember how to do it.
Is
I
everything
don't know if that's
going
true.
okay? I ask him.
I'm sorry, what do you ask?
I'm asking if everything's okay with the castle and stuff.
I said, well,
If
I'm not,
they're asking
I'm
for
not
money.
sure. I don't have my my finger on the pulse of the keep necessarily, but he's put a call out for arrows, so the increase in production. So they must be anticipating or planning for something. But as you know, the caves have repopulated and refortified themselves. So perhaps that's what he has in mind.
Interesting. Well, I pay the 14 gold, right? 14 gold.
12,
And that's
13,
right.
14. Yeah, 14 gold.
Alright.
I say I get my scimitar and then we find out by the castle what's happening. That is kind of odd for them to want arrows, which means something big is happening.
Why don't you turn your charm on with him and see if you can, I don't know, get some information for us.
I bet the reason all the arrows are in high demand is because we have all of these adventurers staying locally and going into the valley. It's what we're
Could be
you know,
supply and
we're not the only
demand.
party here. How did my camera?
He said it was for the castle, though.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Oh, I put my phone down on my cable. Sorry. Actually,
okay.
before we leave TM's, Balthier would pull him aside and be like, "Hey, my man, I want to show you something." And he like pulls the goblet out of his bag. And he's like, "What do you think of this?
Wow. Wow.
Have you ever seen anything like this?"
This is quite a piece you have here. It's quite a piece. Interesting that it's wet, but I'm sure we can dry that off and look past that. This is a
it'll
a beautiful piece you have here. You kind of it's turning it around and looking at the ornateness of it, all the jewels. It's finely worked. It's a fine piece, a fine silver goblet. What, Mr. Balthier, what is it that you're looking to do with this?
I'm curious why it might have been left in the bottom of a pond.
You're
in
asking
a cave.
you're asking the wrong person for that. I have no knowledge of anything of that. That'd be more of a question for you and your kind, would it not?
I think the
Yeah, but I
clerics
don't
might
know.
know.
Who?
The clerics might know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the Holy Grail.
And
that's fair. I'll hold on to it, but TM, let's say I did want to part with this. What do you think it'd be worth?
Well, I do remember that I didn't want to part with some rope, but you parted it from me. I do remember that.
Did I do this? I have no idea.
Uh-huh. You stole 50 feet of rope from him, and you needed whatever, like a 25.
Balthier did?
And you need like a 25 for success, and you rolled like a 26 or something. You just barely
Okay.
missed it, and he said nothing. So,
Oh, okay.
so,
All right.
so in essence, he's calling you out on it now.
Oh, okay. So it would cost rope?
No. Your question. I'm just letting you know that I'm aware of your extracurricular and have not forgotten. But
Okay. It's just cool.
But your question is, if you wanted to part ways with it, what would someone be willing to part ways for it?
Oh, I actually I have no idea. That's you're the first person I asked.
So
I plan on questioning a few
I'm
people.
no jeweler, and I'm not an aficionado by any means, but I'd give you 400 gold for it right now.
Okay. I do
I
want
would-
to have the clerics take a look at it before I do anything else, but
I was gonna say,
appreciate
take it to
that.
chapel.
Okay.
No. I do. I want to learn more about this goblet, but since you were the first one here and or first one we came to see, I just didn't know if it was worth asking.
Oh, it's worth asking about.
Okay, 400 gold pieces. Appreciate that, sir.
I'm sorry, but if my one little gold chain was 625, there's no way that a jeweled silver goblet thingy is only 400.
I think he was lowballing me because he was mad.
Oh, I'm sure. These,
Yeah, I think-
these shopkeepers
And
can
he
have
doesn't-
no grudge.
And he is the only option considering he really, really pissed off the Kanan.
Go to Canaan to get a scimitar.
No,
It's okay.
you were advised to go to
No.
Doriana for the scimitar.
Oh, okay.
You could-
Okay.
You
The
could
armorer.
go
That would have been scary.
Pacifica.
I want to go to the chapel.
I'll go with you to the chapel. Maybe they can help me, or maybe they can help me. And then I like whisper to you, I need a bath.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the chapel does have those sort of facilities.
All right, I'm having a tough time with that
I'm
map
hoping
here, so
you're
I'm going to ignore.
being
I'm going to
defeated.
ignore our 3D map here for the moment because I don't want to stop and get go get a new battery for my mouse. So
Muriel, we lost.
16. And I look at TM and said, here's this chain to make up for the rope that he had stolen. I apologize. They are thieves in training. They're only doing what they feel like they need to.
thieves in training, he says, doing what they thought
That's
they
an
should
adorable.
do. That's not very encouraging, Ms. Libra, that your friends are trying to practice their craft on me. So what else have they taken that I don't know about?
Rilla's gonna butt in, shove her aside a little bit, and say,
They're crap
it
at
was
it.
just a big misunderstanding. They're an idiots. We both know that. And I'm gonna
It's true.
slide a couple gold over to him and it's like, can we just let the matter rest, please?
And he's kind of pushes your gold back and says, "No, you can't buy everything, Rayla. Not everything's for sale."
I look at him and
Oh,
say,
I like that.
I just look at him and say, we're all not very smart, as you saw with me and Keenan. We're learning as we go.
Yeah, this is a harsh lesson.
If you
I
really
think.
want to see not
As-
smart, you should check out Pacifica.
And
As
That's
she
true, too.
says that, Licia just turns to Malachi and says, "Speak for yourselves."
and TM responds to you, Libra, and says, "Perhaps, but oftentimes beauty can overcome one's skills and intelligence."
It also can bring very, very wealthy comings. I don't remember where my brain was going with that. I got distracted by Baymax.
He says, "See, exactly. Beauty can overcome much."
I just know I need a bath and I'm tired, and I kind of like pout away. I'm really low on health.
Ms.
No, you aren't. You're maxed.
No, I got hit pretty
Okay.
hard
No,
with
she
all
got
of that
hit again
burning.
for 3, so she's
Okay.
9 down to 6.
She still has more hit
Okay.
points than
Yeah.
Muriel does, but
But my
She's trying
skin
to
hurt.
play it to her advantage. Let her play it to her advantage.
yes,
Yep,
yes.
that too, and my skin
Team
really
doesn't
hurt.
need to know. She's at 6 HP.
Ms. Libra, you said a bath. You've said that twice now, at least. Shall I join you?
I don't think that
At
will
the
help.
holy
My
bath?
I might.
Ooh.
I need
Consecrated.
creams. I just
Creams?
I did not mean to say that. I just mean like I don't know. I'm tired.
Oh my god, it hurts.
I just look at him and say, I need a bath and then I need ointment. My skin burns really bad, and I don't think anybody helping would. I don't think anything could help. I just need to see if a cleric can heal me.
I can understand that, but
I'm a bit rusty.
do know that I do have a bath in my home.
Yeah, I need a cleric. Do you have healing at home?
Maybe his wife's a cleric.
She's at home. She's gone. Remember?
Did I say that out loud?
She's gone.
And Muriel leaves.
Well, he said, "No,
Leaves.
I don't have any sort of supernatural healing that you speak of, but I assure you, I have a nice hot bath."
I need healing.
You need
as well.
cream?
I need creams.
He'll give you creams, but not the ones you're looking for.
I don't want a facial.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Sorry.
Oh my
I love
God.
that there's like a 2-minute delay with YouTube because I've been able to like warn people. Because yes, we do have people watching now.
Oh my god!
I have a feeling about halfway through. I'm saying probably like level 2 or 3 if it's no longer going to be PG. I have a feeling it's just going to go
Oh,
up
we
from here.
passed PG a while ago.
No, PG-13. I said it's always PG-13. That's the limit. PG-13.
We shall see.
Ooh.
It was PG-13 until she brought cream into
Who said? Well, yeah.
Who said the F word?
Probably me.
No, I said it was PG-13 until she brought cream into the mix.
And as everything's going on, I just put my head down and I kind of start walking towards the chapel.
Oh
Cause
Malachi's like, y'all need
Libra-
Jesus.
Libra is very, very embarrassed and very, very hurt. Her pride and her dignity is both have been lost.
God. Okay. What about your scimitar?
That's gonna have to wait. I think my Libra's pride is gone.
Okay. So Libra, presumably Malachi and Rayla, at the very least, making their way over to the chapel.
Oh, Balfir's going too because he wants to ask about the goblet.
Okay. And how about since it's the four of them, let me ask about Muriel and Licia. Are you going to join them as well? Are you guys going to make your way over to Canaan, or perhaps over to the empty bowl?
Muriel would take Pacifica to the empty bowl to get food before dinner.
Okay. And Licia?
And Balfir would be going with the other group.
Licia will follow the rest of the group, just kind of confused as to what's happening, but just goes with them.
Okay, so to the chapel. All right, so Libra, Malachi, Rayla, and Licia, and Balfir all going to the chapel. So everyone but Muriel and Pacifica are going to the chapel. Okay.
They're hungry. They
So,
don't care.
as you guys kind of, I can bring up the other map though. Maybe I can do that. Hang on. If I had a mouse that worked, hang on. Let's see if I can do this. All right, so you guys start navigating your way over to the chapel, which is kind of like on the far side behind the provisioner and the trader, on the back side, so to speak, of the keep. As you make your way there, if you remember, there's a slowly, gentle, pulsating orb or glowing light above the altar. Several pews or benches are set in place, very orderly. Let's see.
Balfir eyes the orb as he does every time he passes or sees it.
And I always fight the urge to touch it.
You already touched it.
You did.
I know. I still want to do it again. Doesn't mean nothing.
Okay,
She says every time.
So, beautiful. Okay, that'll work. All right, let me show this map. I have a map for you. Not 3D, but we have a map. Share my screen, and that way I can also share it with our friends on YouTube. There we go. All right, so ladies, you have the map coming to you now. Let me share that with our friends on YouTube. There we go.
That's dark.
Okay.
Well, it's nighttime, right?
It is nighttime, yep. I mean, I have a daytime version, but and I want to zoom in a little bit here for us. Okay, so to give you your bearings, this here is the tavern. If you guys can see that. Oh. Hang on, it's being funky. Okay, so that's the tavern. Over here is the chapel. The armorer. You can see me drawing the white letters, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's your armorer, and your boyfriend is over here, the provisioner. And then we have the trader over here. Something like that. Okay? So, oh, and this is the guild. Okay. So that's a
where we
general
get
sense of the keep. So you guys make your way from letter P, the provisioner, over there to letter C into the chapel. So the chapel is relatively long and narrow. It has the raised altar at the far end with the curtains behind it, if you recall. Above the altar is that slowly pulsating ball of light, which seems to be non-tangible. It's really just air. You guys have tried to capture this before with an air bladder. You guys have kind of touched it before, felt it. It feels gently, comfortably warm, but unto itself, it appears as though it's just provides illumination here for the chapel. There are several pews or benches laid out on the left-hand side as you progress forward into the chapel. On the right-hand side, there's a little collection box. At a few different points, there are torches providing illumination, further illumination. And at a few different points as well, there's little dispensers of water, if you will, wells of water mounted on the wall. And short of the altar on the left-hand side, there's a very nice padded chair, too, I believe, padded chair there as well. Here in the chapel, you do not see anyone at all. It is completely vacant.
I'm gonna be bold and go down to the door and knock. I'm gonna knock.
I'm gonna knock on the door. Okay.
And see if I can get anyone's attention.
Because you guys have been down there before, right? You guys had dinner down there. You had a bath down there.
I'm smart and not break in this time. I'm gonna knock.
While she's doing that, Malachi is gonna put some coins into the donation box and go down to pray.
Excellent. And Ms. Rayla navigates away behind the, private area, behind the curtains, walks down these stone stairs to the wooden door, and knocks on the door. And about 10 seconds later, you see the little peephole in the door kind of slide open, and you see a pair of eyes looking at you.
I'll just say, "Hi, I'm Rayla. I'm really hoping someone's in and we can get some help. I'll pay whatever needs to be paid."
What kind of help do you seek? You hear a deep voice.
Healing from mysterious burns.
Who is it that you're here to see?
Anyone. I'm not picky.
Is she expecting you?
Probably not.
Come back tomorrow. And closes the peep.
Hey, who's hurt? No, Balfour. I'm Balfour. We have an injured friend, party member. Whatever. Definitely not friend. He would not have said friend. He would have said professional associate.
Acquaintance.
Yeah.
Are we following?
She is in need of help and healing.
That we can't help with. I just looked to
Are
see
you so callous? Is she so callous as to leave a damaged adventurer on her doorstep?
I tell him to shush. You don't want to get us in trouble. I walk back up the stairs.
And I was gonna say, there is silence on the other side of the door.
I just see her walk up, and I'm like, I appreciate you trying. I just hope it doesn't get worse throughout the night. I think it's starting to go away, and I poke my skin to see if it changes any color other than red.
Does it?
I mean, it's her injuries are her injuries. It's still going to take time to heal. Coloration of skin. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a first or second degree burn.
We could always go to the provisioner again and get some healing.
Malachi also can heal with cure light wounds because
he didn't do it earlier, did he? That was me.
That was you.
Give that a shot, I guess.
I was gonna say, I'm more or less just wanting a bath. I just know my skin burns. I'm okay
Should we
with
take you back to TM then? Will that make you feel better?
No.
We could get some. If I'm able to get, healing potions might not do you much good tomorrow, but I could always. Does anyone have one? Or, like you said, you could use some healing today.
I'll just get some rest.
You'll get some rest tonight.
Well, why
Go
don't you
in-
let him do the cure light wounds and then go to sleep and see what that happens?
we were just gonna go back and get some food, and I was gonna like take a cloth to my skin.
If anyone had, excuse me, if anyone has the spell slots though.
Yeah, I might
You're
need
only
it
gonna heal so
more
much.
tomorrow.
Well, that's what I mean. Use the spell slots today. Sorry, I'm metagaming.
No, the only thing you have for that, Cure Light Wounds has already been used, so the only thing you'd have left would be Malachi's Laying of Hands, which is a flat 2 hit points per level of Malachi.
Okay, and Libra, you are
My
like
hit dice might be more.
half dead, right?
No, she's down 3. 9
She's
down.
Okay.
basically
I
where
know.
Alicia is. She's
I just
at
had
6 hit
down.
points.
Okay, so a good night's rest might do us
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
really
I
good.
just more or less my skin just burns. So I go.
I just don't want us to go to sleep and then when we wake up, something dreadful has happened because you didn't heal
Everything
or something.
does.
I'm
So-
worried about my skin rash.
Meanwhile, back at the empty bowl, Muriel and Pacifica find their way to the empty bowl and find the young serving wench Angelina working her butt off, as she appears to be the only one in the dining room this evening, and it is a little busy here tonight. Excuse me, a little busier than normal, but not the busiest perhaps that you have seen it. And perhaps that's because we actually have a little live entertainment tonight. We actually have some
Good.
live music going on here at the Empty Bowl. And Ms.
There's a
Fenza is
bar?
behind the bar, pouring her drinks and getting her concoctions out to Angelina to serve, and also acting as the expediter from the kitchen, getting food out into her hands as well. So Muriel and Pacifica are able to find a spot, an open table, two top, if you will, to sit at, and Ms. Angelina does greet you guys pretty readily, but you see that she is hustling, and she's kind of making haste to, ask you guys what you want, what she can get for you, and you speak to her, what you want to drink, what you want to eat, and she hastily runs off to, convey that message to Fenza. So here in the tavern, in the Empty Bowl, as you're looking around, Muriel, you're counting 1, 2, 3. You count no less than 12 other patrons, in addition to whatever musical entertainment we have. Now, those patrons are varying in who they are, men and women alike, from farmers to merchants to even a couple of the security here at the keep. So you have quite the assortment. Maybe, tough to tell, maybe a couple of adventurers over there in the corner next to the live music. A little tough to tell really what their role is, if they're adventurers or perhaps they might be additional security for the keep.
Okay, we're sitting there waiting for our food, or we have our food. I'm gonna turn to Pacifica and say, thank you, friend, for coming along on this quest of ours. It's been good having you.
Yes, it's been an experience to that.
Do you recognize any of the people in the tavern tonight?
He kind of looks around. Says, "I don't see any of your friends."
No, I would recognize them.
No, and I don't see my friends here either.
No? And these aren't people you've seen in other villages of any sort?
No. Kind of shrug of the
Okay.
shoulders.
Where did you get your training?
Where did I get my training?
Yeah. Where did you get so good with the blade?
I'd have to say that was from my dad.
It's a family thing, huh?
Yeah, he was an adventurer too. And his grandfather too.
Wow, it's a family thing.
Well, my
A family
grandfather's dead,
affair.
so maybe not as much of a family thing.
Well,
actually,
dead or not,
it was
he's
his grandfather,
a
not my
family.
grandfather, so he died a long time ago.
Right. So,
I'm not there,
did you
never.
have adventures prior to being in the valley?
Oh, yes.
Were they nearby?
Were they nearby? No, several days from here.
Have you ever come across an elf like me, but older?
I've come across many elves in my travels. Some older, some younger.
Women?
Yes.
Yes. Older women?
Yes.
Any of them seem like they were someplace that they shouldn't be, or someplace they would have chosen not to be?
I don't understand.
You know what distress looks like, right?
A damsel in
You know
distress?
the expression on the face of your enemies usually.
Oh, yes, that look. I like that
Yeah,
look.
distress. Yes. Although you wouldn't like it if it were on one of your friends, right?
No, I've never seen that look on one of my friends.
That's good. That's good. You never really want to. So do you
I've seen that on
do you-
some of your friends.
Yeah. Well, I think I've seen it on myself. Do you recall ever seeing an older elf like that?
How do you see your own face?
You're not an older elf?
No, you said sometimes you've had that look on your face. How do you know?
A looking glass.
A
It's not
looking
funny all the
glass?
time.
What's a looking
A silver-
glass?
Silvered glass, a mirror.
Wait a minute. Are you talking some magic stuff?
No, it's mostly wealthy people's stuff, I think. But it's not essential.
A mirror? What's a mirror? What is this thing you speak of?
Oh, I will pick up either a spoon or a knife, or even his dagger, and show him his reflection.
He kind of looks at it. He'll hold the back of the spoon. He says that's a weird. Who's that guy? That's not me. Is this
Isn't that
some
amazing?
hocus pocus stuff again?
Yes. You have a mini version of yourself.
No, that
In
guy
your
guy
hand.
doesn't look like me. His face is all drawn out. That's not me.
No, that's like the evil version of you.
And he drops the spoon.
Yeah. Now, a friend of ours is looking for her mother. Her mother is an older elf, and this is my first adventure. I haven't seen many things yet, and, well, you seem to talk proudly of having been on a lot of adventures, and maybe you have seen more than I have, despite not being able to process it for worth a damn.
So, you're asking me if I know
If you've seen a mommy elf.
an older woman elf. Well, yes, I have.
Where?
Well, I think up in Aruna. I think I
Aruna,
probably saw
okay.
some down in Specularum.
Should be writing this down.
Maybe in Kelvin.
Not aware if it's casual information or not.
Somewhere in Karamikos. I don't really remember.
Okay.
In the Kalari Woods. I mean, I've
Oh,
seen.
well, that makes sense. That's where I'm from.
Well,
Yep. Are you just listing places where elves live?
Well, no, I'm speaking where I have seen elves before. I mean, elves are a lot of places. That's why I've seen them in a lot of places.
Sure. Okay, I've got this list. I don't know how useful it is because she doesn't know much about outside of the Kalari Woods and this here keep. So she's going to wait to cross-reference this list with Licia to see if it provides her any new information. It probably won't, but she tried.
If Licia was there with you, she would be very appreciative.
And Angelina, as your conversation, progresses, Angelina shows up. She's got a couple platters, if you will, of dinner here for you, because you have this arrangement with the keep, or with the merchants here amongst the keep, for your lodging and your food, for your one fixed price. So so that's essentially taken care of. She brings you out.
Man, this place is like Sandals, Jamaica.
All inclusive. So
Where's the swim up bar?
she, except you don't have a bath. That's the only thing.
No,
So-
we don't.
So she brings you your food, and you have your conversation here with Pacifica, who sounds a little better today than perhaps on other days, but still not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Nope. But we might be able to get a potion for that later.
A potion. Oh, he says, I was supposed to get a potion. Oh, I forgot.
Yes. Oh, that's okay. You can get it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you didn't tell me what day I was supposed to do that.
Every day is a new morning and a new opportunity.
So I'm supposed to get I'm supposed to go get a potion every day?
No, whatever day works for you best. Yesterday or today, rather.
Well,
Didn't.
I can't get a potion now from yesterday,
Nope. So it'll be one of
and
the
I
tomorrows.
can't get a
then.
potion tomorrow because it's not tomorrow, it's today.
Not yet. We're gonna eat now.
So
And I
I
will
can
hand
get
him
I can
some
get a
bread.
potion today. All right, where do I
I'll
go
hand him
again?
some- Oh, I will take advantage of this and I'll give him all the instructions.
Which I believe it was Tiam. Oh, it was Canaan, right? The
Canaan.
provisioner.
Canaan.
Not the
'Cause I
provisioner,
can't
the
go.
trader. Yeah.
Yep.
Canaan the provisioner. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And he quickly finishes up and he says, "Okay, I'll be back."
Sounds wonderful. You come back here with it afterwards. And remember, you got some gold today in the caves for this. So,
We got gold in the caves today?
yeah, you were handed your pieces.
I don't think he was.
That's okay. He'll remember when he gets there.
I don't think so. How much did I get?
Oh, I don't remember.
Maybe because I didn't get any. But you can
I
give me,
didn't
you can
count
give me some
yours.
now.
No, that would
He
be double.
extends his
You
hand.
count your money on the walk. It's okay. You forget a lot of things. We love you anyway.
But I need help counting.
Oh, the provisioner will help with that. They're especially good counters.
Hmm. Okay. All right. And what kind of? Okay, a potion.
Mhm.
Got it. And he stands up.
trust
Stands
you.
up very boldly, very proudly, and he walks out of the tavern.
What a good friend I have.
He's gonna come back with like a water flask or something.
And did you guys give him money to do that? I don't remember.
No, I was trying to convince him to be a good friend and use his own.
Okay.
So this was
see how
also
that-
me trying to encourage him to pull from his own purse. We'll see if he does.
All
He's
right.
not smart enough to not.
So getting back to the chapel, your desires here for healing have been essentially shut down for the day here at the chapel. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue to pursue that? You want to count your losses and move on? You want to do something else? What's on your mind?
I want to go over to the guild.
You want to go to the guild house, okay? And
Yeah.
and the rest of the group,
I
Balthier
will.
will follow.
Battlefield,
I-
the guild house.
Was Malachi part of the guild, or?
I don't believe so. I'd have to go
Then-
back and look at notes, but I don't think so.
Then Malachi and Licia will follow to go to the empty bowl with.
Okay. Okay, so the guild house. Oops. Let's see, guild house. She has a name. I know she does. We haven't been here in town very much the past few sessions for me to remember names. Guild house was Josie. That was it,
Josie.
Josie. adult woman who's quite the looker. As I. Okay. All right. So Rayla and Balafir make your way over to the guild house, and as it has been every time, Ms. Josie is sitting there behind the desk and kind of receives you in. She recognizes the both of you and asks Rayla, "So how has the backpack been serving you?"
It's been wonderful.
Excellent.
It's been interesting, and yeah, it's also screwed us up a little bit. But you know what? I'm not gonna complain.
Are you ready to return it?
I would like to keep it if that's okay.
How much longer do you think?
Can I keep it for a few more days?
Sure, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to gauge, how long that might be. What brings you in today then, if you're not looking to return the equipment?
I was wondering if you've heard anything or have any books on, we ran into this weird black goo that burns, not like fire, but I want to say more like an acidy kind of burn. It was like black and a sheet-like, but could also mold itself, almost like it was alive. I don't know if anyone's come through here with anything like that.
I haven't heard of any such tales, but
It was in the caves, and it almost looked, you couldn't even tell it was dangerous until you actually touched it. It looked like it was wet cave wall.
Sounds very intriguing. It sounds like it may have been quite the experience for you to have been caught off guard by such a thing.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
But no, I mean, I personally know of no such thing.
Do you have any books here or scroll or information on the history of the area?
No,
Maybe...
that I don't. If I remember correctly, Fenza. No, not Fenza. Hanan, I believe, is quite the local historian.
All right. Thank you for your time, and I give her a gold piece, and I'm gonna head over to the empty bowl.
Okay. So, Licia and Malachi making their way over to the empty bowl.
As well as Libra.
And Libra. As the three of you come around the corner, you see Pacifica walking towards you and making his way into the trader, into Canaan's. And
I'm gonna sneak over there and look through the window and see what's going on.
Well, you were straggling behind. You're not there yet.
Does he see us?
Oh yeah, he
Libra?
definitely sees you guys. I mean, he even gestures, waves high and walks into Canaan's.
Licia waves back. Just okay.
I'll give him a curt nod.
Of the three of us, only Libra is banned from the.
Correct. Yes, I believe
trainer.
it's Libra and Muriel
And Balfir.
and Balfir that are banned. Yeah.
He's with you too. Well, he's with Libra.
Yeah.
He's with. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
One of us.
Rayla and Balfir are
Who's
at the guild house.
Well, we're outside now because we're heading over to the empty bowl.
Yep,
But then we.
Yep, but we're not there yet. The other three were ahead of you essentially because they left the chapel and went straight to the tavern, and you went over to the guild house.
Yep.
All right, so Licia, you kind of wave hello, and do you follow him in? Do you eavesdrop? Do you go back to the tavern?
Well, we wouldn't know what he's doing himself, so I know Malachi wouldn't want to follow him, and Licia probably wouldn't either.
Okay.
Just because that's the way that their thought process is. However, I can't speak for Libra.
Well, Libra's banned. I can't imagine she's going to be so
I know.
bold.
Yeah. I just continue to walk.
Okay, so the three of you make your way over to the empty bowl, and you find Muriel sitting there by herself.
Oh, thank God. Did you see that idiot out there?
Yeah.
Was he okay?
He was going to Canaan's. Was he supposed to be doing
wow.
that?
Really? That's amazing. I was surprised he made it out the front door on his own. Yeah, no, I was like this morning. I tried to get him to get me that health potion. Remember?
Yeah.
I hope
And-
he's gonna live.
Malachi goes, "You think it's gonna work this time?"
Gods no, he's an idiot. But we get dinner without him for like 10 minutes.
Maybe more if he gets lost. Maybe maybe they'll give him another name.
I really questioning the usefulness of his company, really. Yeah. He is useful in the caves.
I'll be hearing the band and be like, oh, we got a band tonight. What's happening?
Oh my god, she's gonna dance. Actually, I could totally go for a dance.
Please
I
let
know,
me
after all.
walk in while she's dancing.
I would totally go dance with you.
I just want to know what the occasion is. Is there something happening? First we hear about the arrows getting taken up by the king, or the castle. Now there's a band.
You should go ask. Let's go ask.
Yep. And then I don't necessarily dance because I'm still a little sore. But
You're
I do
like
kinda
dancing way to the front of the stage.
kind of like going through the crowd.
My favorite. This is my song. Hey, girl.
Do the whole middle-aged twerking thing.
Oh, if only Tia was here to see you now. All the way kind of gal. All right, so you guys are going what? You going up to the bar?
Yeah. I'm just curious what the occasion is and tell them about the arrows that I heard that have been commandeered by the castle.
All right, so Libra and Muriel go up to the bar and engage with Fenza, who is your little halfling, retired from previous. This is her second career, if you will. She's your bartender, your tavern keeper, and you make such an inquiry, and you ask about the arrows. You ask about the music.
I'll ask about the first. I'll be like, what's the occasion?
Oh, she says no. I mean, no occasion. Periodically, we have the opportunity to have some musicians come through, and we always seize that opportunity.
It's lovely. Really adds to the ambiance here.
Why, thank you. I like to think so. It seems to keep people happy.
And then I would ask her, so we were at TM's earlier, and we were trying to buy some arrows. And I heard he had said something about the arrows getting bought up by the castle. Is there something happening? Like, is there an immediate threat to the town?
Aye. Well, the castellan, Lord Desandrol, I believe his name is. Yes, is it not? Is it not? Yes, Lord Desandrol. Yes. Every so often he has a call to arms for trying to acquire this type of equipment or that type of equipment. I think because he's in the back of his mind, he's always anticipating something, but you never really know what is at hand or what is on his mind.
Would he put that on the board? Would there be any information on the wanted board?
Well, I can't imagine he would say why, but I know he's always looking for new recruits.
Just seems awfully odd to have that many arrows bought up.
How many have you heard of?
Well, apparently all we could get was, what was it, 16?
18.
18 arrows. And the rest apparently went to the castle.
Yeah, but there'll always be more. Worry yourself not.
Can I get a drink, Fencer?
Oh, yes, please. Some mead, perhaps? Young lady, some mead for you.
I'll have some tea,
Something-
please.
Stronger if you have it.
Something stronger. I think I got something for you, my elven friend.
Tea.
Some tea, you say? Some tea?
Yes,
Whatever do you
please.
want
I've
with
had a very
tea?
I've had a long day, and I feel like it would heal my insides.
She kind of shakes her head. Tea I haven't. Tea requires water.
I love
then
how
I will
people
have
in
some-
Pennsylvania
I
say
will have
water.
some ale.
Sorry, water.
I swear we've
Water.
had tea
Is that how
before.
you say it? Water?
Water.
Water. Water.
Water. Listen, well, first of all, Massachusetts, and Alicia from Connecticut, so she knows how to say water too.
Okay, so
Water.
you're gonna say wooder or you're gonna say wada?
Water.
It's water.
Either are wrong.
Water.
W-A-T-E-R. Water.
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 And I drink it out of the bubble.
Water.
Drip, drip.
Yeah,
It's water.
Drip, drip.
Drink it out of the bubble. All right.
Bubble,
My
bubble.
mother-in-law is wooder. Wooder?
Water.
Wooder.
Water.
I just say
Or you
water.
place an order. You place an order.
All right. So
Anyway.
she brings you your flagon of ale and your flagon of mead, which she tells you. I think you'll particularly enjoy this one.
Thank you very much. While she's drinking her ale, she's going to be looking around since this place is really popular right now, or more so than she's seen it. She's going to look for faces that she hasn't seen in the inn for the past couple of days and see if anyone happens to be leaving. Or she's going to keep an eye out for anyone she doesn't recognize looking like they're leaving for the night.
Okay. And okay, so I'm trying to keep track of characters. Libra and Muriel are at the bar top. Balfir and Rayla are making their way back to the tavern now from the guild house. Malachi, Alicia are doing what?
We're at the table.
Just sitting at the table, and Pacifica is
Yep.
off with Kanan. Okay. Okay. All right. So Pacifica comes back and sits down at the table with Malachi and Alicia. And he kind of sits down very abruptly, puts his hands on his table. I did it.
Alicia and Malachi kind of look at each other, glance at each other, and then did what?
I did what I was supposed to do.
And what was that?
I did today what I was supposed to do yesterday. Because I didn't do it yesterday, and I can't do it tomorrow because tomorrow's not today. And tomorrow's not yesterday.
Are you talking about the healing potion?
A potion, yes.
I'll look
I
at
don't
Muriel
like how you specified a potion.
Well, Kanan didn't use the word healing, but he said it could help.
I can't wait to use the mystery potion.
What did you ask Kanan for?
I asked him for a
Specific.
potion.
I'll look at Muriel as we're watching this at the bar. And like, do you think he did it? He doesn't look
No.
like he's sad.
No.
Ask him
I
what
don't
kind
think
of
he
potion
should.
already.
That's the thing, I don't think he knows.
Ask him to show it to you.
You know what? Can we see this potion?
I start heading back to the table and still.
Am I
like,
there now?
wondering.
I mean,
Yeah.
Should
I
I-
said, yeah, Rayla and Balfir made their way back.
okay, because you didn't say Rayla.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys are
No, you're
together.
fine. Okay,
Alfir
so
would have
then
joined Muriel at the bar.
I'm gonna be next to Pacifica. Show us the potion that you're so proud of.
And he takes it out and he presents it. He puts it on the table.
What color is it?
It's pink.
Oh God. Can we try and smell it? Like open
So-
up and smell it?
Who did you ask for this potion for?
Oh, I didn't ask. I asked Kanan for it.
What did you
Did
specifically
you ask for
say?
it yourself, for you to have, or for us?
I asked him if he had any potions.
Pacifica, my friend. Realistic.
I paid a lot of money for this.
Oh, goody.
Alicia
much?
starts to inspect the bottle to see if there's any like paper or label.
Labels?
Nothing.
Does he ever see?
It is a small or large vial, small flask of a pink, opaque liquid. It looks like and the consistency of like Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, shit.
Rayla's
So
gonna
it
ask.
is pink.
Dumb and dumber.
It is pink.
Rayla's gonna say, what specifically did Kanan say this was?
He said it was clear audience.
How much did you pay for it?
Clairvoyance?
Clear audience.
Clairvoyance?
Clear
Clear
audience. Clear audience.
You
Clear
repeating
audience?
it doesn't help. Pacifica, are you sure it
Is
was
this shampoo?
Hang on. No, it's not shampoo. What, Libra?
Are you sure it started with an A?
No,
you
no,
sure
it
audience?
starts with clear audience. Starts with clear and ends in audience.
We're an audience right now. I don't think that helps us.
Dancing.
It sounds like clairvoyance.
That's what I
I
was
hear
thinking.
clear
too.
audience, like clear the audience away.
Yes,
or
yes,
whatever.
clear audience.
Yeah,
There's no V, and you guys think I'm the one who's not smart. Who's not smart now? Clear audience.
Did he specifically say what that
It
means?
spells
Like, what-
CL air audience.
Rayla gets up. I'm going over to Kanan. Since I'm literally the last person who's not banned.
Me and Malachi look at each other. Excuse us. Are we not here? Do they not
Alfir
see us?
and Muriel are chuckling at the bar.
Glad they're
Muriel's
having-
gotten Balfir a drink.
Did he say it had to do with something with like seeing things?
He said it was
Specific?
clear. No, it's not seeing. It's not a seeing potion. It's a clear audience.
Rayla's gonna go over to Kanan. That's where she's heading out. Just because.
I kind of pat Pacifica on the head, like, you did it, guy. You did it, buddy.
Yeah, I did.
Good job.
You told me to get a potion. I got a potion of clear audience.
I believe you. I see it. You did good. Just next time when you get a little bit more information, like a label or a piece of paper that tells us what it is. Because what if we put it in our bag and we just kind of,
Forget.
lose track? And what if it was poison? Like, would you take the chance of it being poison? No.
Well, whether it has a label or not, if you lose track, you lose track. You saying? Wait a minute. Are you saying if it had a label on it, it would make you remember it?
It would make us remember what it is.
Well, I'm telling you, clear audience.
I understand that. But what if
We
we
should
had...
label it
Do-
with Claire audience.
Do you know how to write? You can write it down. Clear audience.
Do you have a sticker to put on it? I'll write on the sticker.
Well, no,
Did I get
I don't know how to
movement?
write, but I thought maybe you might know how to write.
I do. I do.
That explains why it doesn't have a label.
And I just kind of put my head down and like kind of hit it a couple times with the table. I need a nap. I need a nap.
My skin hurts my face.
Clear audience.
We have a clairaudience potion.
Yep. We're
All
gonna
right,
have to ask a lot of
Rayla
questions
going over
about it.
to see Kanan, who's just
Yes,
about ready to
lady.
close up shop. Says, "Oh, Ms. Rayla." You kind of startled him a little bit.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean to scare you. I just had a quick question.
Is it about
What
is
was
it, is
the-
it about the goblet?
No, because I'm not the one who found it, so I'll let the one who found it be the one to get your questions answered.
Because I heard it's quite the piece. I'd be interested in seeing it.
Oh, absolutely. And
Your travels.
you know, first thing in the morning, I'll make sure to let my comrade know. But I actually had a question about that potion that you sold to Pacifica.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
I was just curious, what is it? He said it's clear audience, and I just want to know what it is. There's no label, there's nothing, and
Yeah.
I don't want him poisoning himself or us.
And he's about as smart as a cow patty, so
So
I've
yeah.
seen rocks smarter than him.
it allows you, I believe, from what I'm told, it will allow you to hear what's in someone else's mind.
Crickets. In Pacific Coast.
Interesting.
It'd be hilarious if he drank it, and
So
he's
it's
like the smartest person
oh
ever.
my gosh.
He's actually plotting against us.
He can't. Well, if he can't, well, not me anyway. He thinks I'm his friend. Even on
What
the
if it's
inside.
just a ruse? So it's like a detect thoughts potion.
Maybe.
Do you even know what it is?
Well,
Not insulting, trying to insult intelligence.
First of all,
at
if I drank it, I could tell you what it does. But if I drank it, I wouldn't be able to sell it to you.
That is very, very fair. But when you acquired this potion, did the person that you acquired it from tell you what it was?
Yeah, they told me it allows me to hear the thoughts of other people.
Okay, all right, fair enough. You have a wonderful night. I see you're trying to close up shop and get home and get some rest. And I will make sure to let my comrade know about bringing the goblet over for you to take a look at.
Yes. I'm sorry there was confusion on the potion. I'm not really sure why. Did he not tell you what it was?
He said it was clear audience.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, we made fun of him, and he literally is telling us exactly
Well,
what he
I'm
was
glad
told.
that he was telling us, letting us know, because I only came over because I was confused.
Well, wouldn't that be kind of ironic if he was turned out to be the smartest one of the group?
Oh.
Would be very ironic. And I turn around and I go back to the tavern. You have a good night. Get home safe, or whatever. I mutter under my breath.
And let's go back real quick here in the last couple minutes for our game tonight with Muriel and who's at the bar with you? And Libra.
Out there.
No, I thought
And
it was,
Libra.
I thought it was
Libra, not Belter.
no, Muriel and
It's
Libra
me.
were at the
It's-
bar.
Yes.
Balfier joined
Alfier
us
also joined.
Oh, Balfier joined. Okay.
when Rayla and him when they
Okay.
arrived.
Okay.
It's just he joined Muriel at the bar instead of going to the table.
So I looked it up, and it's not just your thoughts. It's
We don't know this.
No metagaming.
All right,
don't know.
That was okay. Yes, I am so sorry. I was
Okay, it's
curious.
tempting, isn't it?
Oh my
Claire
God, yes.
audience.
Oh, the mystery.
Claire audience.
So while all this is going on, the two thieves in a tavern on a busy night can't help but feel their instincts tingle. And since they've been drinking, Muriel has been looking for non-familiars who are
Yes,
leaving the
thank you.
facility for the night and potentially look like they might not be walking exceptionally straight. If
Ah,
her or Balthier finds a patron of such, they might follow them out into the night.
okay. And on that, we'll finish off because we don't want to get too far in on you following off someone into the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
we are ever so
Libras
slightly
all
past our
about that, right,
time.
Libra?
Okay,
You
so
gotta practice somehow.
oh, go ahead. Oh, yeah, you got to practice somehow. Yeah. All right. So, any questions or concerns about tonight?
No.
Just
That was a
interested to
game.
see what Claire audience is, and
Trying to make sure my skin doesn't fall off while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be bad,
We've
wouldn't
got new armor to pick up tomorrow. We've got a cleric to ask about a goblet. We've got a lot going on.
And to ask about this weird slimy stuff and how we can defeat it.
I'll probably give Muriel, once she gets the chance, right now she's looking at targets, to hand the list to Licia.
Oh, of
Okay.
names. Yeah, city names. Yeah, I
Of
got
different places that our friend Pacifica had seen
Yeah.
elves.
And I know that she
I
was.
wonder if Entangled would work on that thing. You said wood it was able to kind of repel it, kind of?
No, I know not repel it. It just
Or like it was immune to it.
right,
Wood was
I
immune
didn't have
to
any
it.
interest in it.
right.
You could like entangle it to make like a opening or something. I don't know.
Ew, a digestion chamber. We could just put metal shit in it.
All right.
Keep it in a
So
wooden box.
where next session is the 8th in 2 weeks' time. We'll pick up here at the tavern, or certainly in the keep, but at the tavern because that's where you all are. I'm sure we're going to do some resting to kind of start off the next session. Maybe some laying of hands, as that is still at your disposal before the end of the calendar day. And then
we
we'll
should burn
go
those
from
if
there.
we have it.
So when we go from there, where or what do you think you guys would like to do or go?
Probably
Maybe back
to the
to that.
cave.
Yeah,
Back
that
to the cave.
cave, and maybe see what that evilness is. Now that we have a healing potion potentially with us. LOL.
I'd
Not a
actually
healing
like to
potion.
see the.
You have a Claire audience potion.
I'd also like to probably go see the board to make sure nothing is up there about why the castle needs all that armor.
Okay.
I still want to go talk to the clerics to see
Okay.
if they know anything.
All right, so we want to check the reader board. We want to talk to the cleric about a goblet that you guys
Well,
found.
you need your armor. You need your armor
You're
so
going to
that
pick up your armor and then off to the same cave with the pool that
And a scimitar.
Just
that
in the different
that oozed
direction.
you. Oh yeah, scimitar. You didn't ask about that.
This time. We're not risking my horsey. Again.
So I'm sorry, Erica, did you say not the same cave with the pool? Oh no, you want to go the same cave, but you want to go
the
the other
same-
direction.
We're just not going to go back in the room with the pool, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go
yeah.
towards the evil
way.
that Malachi
Yes, I'm
says.
curious about the evil.
Okay.
Oh lordy.
Okay. And in terms
Before
of
we
health and
log
hit
off,
points.
should I say something before we log off from the YouTube?
Yeah. Oh, you want to say something before we log off from YouTube?
Yeah,
I think
just before.
Okay.
Okay.
Libra's down 3, Licia's down 3, Rail is down 2. So between that, resting and laying of hands, everyone should be most likely going to be at full health again. If anyone's going to be short, it'll be like 1 point short of being full health. So you guys will be in pretty good. I mean, you're in pretty good shape now, realistically, but you'll be in really good shape here come early next session. So, all right, so that's what we got. So I'll get myself ready for that. Tentatively, that means a pencil. Would you all be able or willing to play? Well, not or and willing to play on the 15th of June? In essence, an extra game session.
Yes.
We're scheduled for the 8th. We're scheduled for the 22nd. That's our every other week rotation. Are you available to squeeze in on the 15th as well?
Always.
I should be able to. Let me just double check my calendar.
And
Oh,
I too am
figure the
double checking.
22nd. I will not be able to make it to that one. I will be in St. George going to look at Zion's and or the Grand Canyon.
Oh, okay.
And I have my friend Danny's birthday,
On what? On the 22nd or the 15th?
the 15th.
Okay.
The 22nd, I am hosting a one shot.
Okay. Will that affect us?
It's an all day monthly, like we do like a monthly
Okay. All right.
event
So
with like
then the
80 people.
22nd is not going to work for us, realistically.
The
But-
22nd will work, the
Oh,
21st won't.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. That I misspoke. I'm not concerned about the 21st. That's a Saturday.
Oh yeah, no, the 22nd is great.
Okay, so we're
I've
all
got it
good on the
scheduled.
22nd. That's our usual rotation. If we pencil in the 15th, Lieber will be absent.
If we do the 15th, I'll be absent too.
Okay, then in that case, we won't do the 15th because both you guys will be absent. Because then that's going to put six characters on
That's
the two players.
Father's Day and
that's
my
too
friend's
much.
birthday.
Okay,
Also,
so
it's Father's Day.
then
on
for
that
now,
Father's
for the
Day.
month of June, we're going to keep our regular schedule, which is the 8th and the 22nd.
And
Yes.
things get really scary after that.
Okay.
Huh?
No, not that bad.
Okay.
Not my Sundays anyway.
So before you, Erica, before you chime in with the last thing you want to say, Artie, who's been on the YouTube chatting there a little bit with you, he asked me if I told you guys what happened on Friday night, and I did actually. Now that I think about it, I did tell them.
You just said that there was a TPK.
It was the near TPK. 4 out of the 6 characters went down. One of them was charmed by the bad guys, and the last one said,
We
"Holy
have one
shit, I'm
fled."
out of here," and dives off the boat into the darkness. So, but you know, I was discussing, or not, I was discussing it here and there, kind of rehashing that TPK, because essentially that's what it was. You know, a little self-reflection on that as well. And in short, there were mistakes made on both sides of the screen. And that I'll discuss off camera because I don't want to give any spoilers to what they're doing next. So, all right, so with that said, Erica, you said you wanted to chime in on something.
Yeah, just one thing. So I'm really excited. I got asked by Comic-Con San Diego to DM
Ooh.
for their events this year.
Awesome.
So I know I'm
Wow.
hecka nervous, hecka excited. That being said, though, if anyone wants to play in any of my games at Comic-Con, who'll be going this year, just reach out to us on Discord, and I'll be able to post my game schedule once I have it.
All right, which Comic-Con is that?
San Diego.
San Diego. And when is that?
The
One
big
of the
scary
biggest
one.
When is that?
End of July. July 27th, I think.
Okay. And if you can message me with a link, a URL website link for that, I can put that in the session notes as well.
Oh,
the
yeah,
video.
that'd be great.
And just the same as we discussed prior to at our opening here, prior to YouTube, if you can contact me with your contact information for the young lady that we were speaking about, I can get that to her as well.
Happy to do that.
I think that's everything. Let me go ahead and stop streaming for YouTube. For those who are watching, we'll see you here in 2 weeks' time and see what kind of additional shenanigans the girls can get into, and we'll go from there. And then here,
Glad to be
ladies, in
some
just a second, I will tell you
Good night,
how that
YouTube.
Friday night session went.